All right, let's go ahead and begin. Up. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you fine nerds doing today? Let me say hi. There's a Neil Ciceriga kind of day, if you could not already tell. You might not, I don't know. I keep my music pretty quiet, so maybe you can't. I'm never really sure what the audio level is for chats. Hello, Steve. The real evil Steve. Congratulations on your first. Hello, nobody. Hello, Azurato. And hello, I am the real Squiggy. And hello, everyone else who might be chilling or whatever the fuck. Today it is Audible. Fuck yeah. It's like, just like today's stream is sponsored by... Nah, I don't got an Audible sponsorship yet. I know that's a pretty common thing in not really VTuber land, more of like a YouTuber land kind of thingy. The thing is, a lot of like Audible I would use, Raytheon I would use. Like those are things I'd be like, okay. Yeah, that's about the level I want to keep it at. To get a lot of real people around here. Oh god, imagine being a real person. That's fucked up. I actually had to do a lot of real people tests today, so it feels good to be VTuber. But yeah, so Skaven have been spoiled for Age of Sigmar for a while, but today they were like, hey, here's a video where it shows like a bunch of like chittering rat noises and a bunch of like green energy busting out of the sewers. So yeah, yep, they're there. 100% confirmed. So I was like, you know what? Let's paint some rats. How you doing, Proxy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? So I had these Stormvermin just kicking around, like, basically everywhere. So I was like, I'll get to work on them. I'll do some work. I don't know. I think I would like to get to the point where I get them assembled, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing that'll happen. I might just work on fits and bits and whatnot. Yeah, hopefully everyone's been having themselves a good day. Today was a laundry day and general life maintenance day, so yeah, I know, right? The thing is, like, I realistically, the speculated rumor date of Age of Sigmar, 4th edition, is going to be the summer. Oh god, 12-hour shift sounds fucking brutal. Definitely chill the fuck. Hopefully you're not doing the 12-hour shift now. I mean, I would never care if anyone watched my stream while they're at work, as long as they're not in trouble. You know, do what you gotta do. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. I watch Hal VTuber on the company time. There we go. Oh, just ended. Fuck yeah, let's go. I used to watch a lot more VTubers kind of on shift, but that was like during early COVID days where I could kind of get away with it a bit more. The guild activities have made it so that it's not as possible to do anymore. Oh, that sounds rough. Also, whatever. I think I was using the black red prior to this, and I've moved over to burnt red, which is basically close to the color I would like, but it also means I don't have to like layer it 18,000 times, which is probably why I did not get super far with these. And what does Hal do? I paint rats, but like in an earnest, real meaning, and not in like the usual jokety bullshit. Like yeah. So today was like a good thing for just doing stuff. Also, like my printer is I'm printing some Mordheim terrain. I've been joking about for a while, but I do kind of want to get some like ruined buildings for Mordheim ready to go in case I need those at some point. You know, as everyone does. Get a normal schedule. Fuck yeah, let's go. It's like the getting. Sometimes it's nice not having a normal schedule, but like it does kind of alienate you in a weird way. Like I remember there was a period of time where I worked graveyard shift, and that just fucks with your ability to connect to other people, because it's like, oh god, I rise when everyone else sleep. I am a weird creature tonight. But there are parts of me that would like to go back to that. I don't know. I tend to do most of my things as a night owl, so like if I had the opportunity to, maybe I would do that. I don't know. It looks like we got an ad break going on. Let's see. Everything on the YouTube. Oh yeah, I should do it. Do a quick chat test at here. There we go. There we go. Just getting a little bit of drink. Oh, got a little bit of red. That's fine. Let's see. All right, we're back. What's up, Mantis? Welcome. Yeah. Oh yeah. When I did graveyard shift, I would go from midnight to 8 a.m. and then I would pass the fuck out. It's okay. I paused during the. I was about to say I paused during the ad, but I was kind of slipping a little bit about what I was going to. Also, welcome, Griffin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? How you doing? You'll get that funny number soon, someday, I believe. Uh, so about streaming at Euro friendly times. I'm gonna be. This Saturday is going to be weird in that I am going to do a double stream. I think the details are getting solidified, but if you guys remember Pega, she is another Warhammer painting VTuber, and she wants to do a big collab where it's like everybody does like a 2-hour paint and see how much, like, see basically how much of a model you can paint in 2 hours, and then compare, and there might be like a prize or something like that. I have to wake up. I have to stream at 10 a.m. US time for that. I don't know if that counts as Euro time, so maybe. Ooh, fuck yeah. Congratulations against some Eldar. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. What you get? What you get? What you get? Specific. What you specifically get? So I don't know. I think something that I think would be real cozy if I was not confined to the wage cage would be doing like a I would love the idea of doing like an afternoon painting stream. Just like everyone's on lunch, just chill, just kind of pull up, do a little bit of painting. And in theory, I could do that during my lunch breaks at the guild, but my lunch breaks are really consistent and I have to be able to stop at a dime, so it wouldn't really work. But that sounds so cool. I guess I could do it on the weekends, but I need to get up on time. Yeah, I think I start collecting. I was gonna say I don't have any Eldar Rex, so I think I start collecting boxes. Probably like at the very least you get a lot for it. So I don't know if that's like the bestest thing. But also, hello, Gorion. Welcome. How you doing? How you doing? It's 3 p.m. German time. Yeah, there we go. That's close enough. The Sphinxter? Is that where you're going with this? Is this the kind of pun hell that you bring to my stream? Is it? Is it? Did I get it right? What's the prize? I answered the riddle of the Sphinx. What is the prize? No, it's not that I've seen that one before. It's that my brain is predisposed to puns. So I was like, "What's the most punny answer to that?" And I was just like, "Ah, that would be it." If I need to make a dad joke tier pun, what would I say? And it was just exactly that sentence. So it'd be like that. Well, 20 years, so you should start small. I think that's fair. Yeah, starting small is always good too because like you gotta like dip your toes in, find out what paints you need kind of as you go. Not that like there's anything inherently wrong about doing the I'm going all in, but I don't know. I'm a big proponent of dipping your toes into a hobby before you go like absolutely ape shit bananaramas with it. I think that's a total fairness thing. The prize is brainworms. Yippee! Yay! Pun toxoplasmosis. I'm so excited. At last, finally. But yeah, we're going over to so yeah, I'm painting rats today, which is fun. I have 20 Stormvermin. It would be cool just to get them painted up as a unit. I don't know if that's gonna be my plan this week. The prices of sometimes they do. That's true. Yeah, Warhammer has been. The fun thing about Warhammer is its price is consistently expensive, unless you use my sponsor, Collectible Squids. um, but listen, I had to. Squids does not require me to do this at all, but I do it for me, for my amusement. Um, but also, yeah, for like, because that's even like a thing in VTubing where people were like, ah, yes, I would love to try VTubing. That's what I will spend $6,000. And VTubing's interesting in that technically, yes, spending like getting like a super expensive model right out the gate will give you some benefit. So it's not like it's totally wasted, but you might be like, oh, I'm not in a mentally good headspace to stream, or I just don't like streaming. There's a bunch of little factors like that that can kind of get in the way of that nonsense a bit. Yeah, it's good just to kind of lead in, feel out for a while. I think for a while the default recommendation was to try with Vroids. Um The thing is, I think unfortunately the bar has risen enough that a default Vroid is not going to help. Like, I would almost say go PNG tuber than Vroid these days, especially because like you got like like you got PNG tube, which is kind of like a pseudo live 2D just with PNGs, or like video tube stuff like that. Yeah, I started with the Vroid to be fair, but also that was like back in 2020, and that was just sort of what you did. You're like, oh shit, technology, Vroid, wow. And like I think the whimsy behind Vroids has kind of died down, unfortunately. So like, are there good Vroids? Yeah, but you have to be like a real good artist to customize them now. I think a default Vroid will unfortunately turn people off, which is a bummer because they are fun. Like if you really like spend time and fuck around with a Vroid, you can make some good shit. Um, it's just that like having a starter one is not great. Yeah, exactly. Both those grinds talk about. Yeah, yeah, those are the ones I was saying. Like, those are both really good. If you see Video Tube, ignore the fact that its mascot is a terrifying deer and just keep on going. There's some really good Vroid people out there. There's a VTuber named Kenji. He's like a coffee cat boy lad, and he does some like pretty solid Vroids. Like those are pretty. He does pretty legit ones. I was like, hello, Chieftain, and hello, ours. Welcome. We're talking about Vroids and how the bar has grown too high. But I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Like any hobby, once the group experience level rises, a lot of the beginner little bits that you would call soul kind of get priced out. Let's also get that gooch. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's the way to go if you have to choose these days. That's also a good point. Yeah, you can save on a camera because you could just use the audio tracking. Hmm. I mean, having a good brand and design isn't very important. I do agree on that. Um, I think it's hard to get that to kind of track. Like it's hard to make that kind of like personal look appear in VTube Studio without like doing a lot of customization. Oh yeah, how you doing? Welcome. I'm painting rat. Uh, am I meditating? Oh, my PFP. Oh yeah, yeah. I should explain that because it's an emote that I think is so specific that I think it actually makes it hard for people to understand. Let me show you the full picture of that. Was how do I unironically actually for realsy reals painting rats. Not a joke. But yeah, so let me get the emote. Let me see. Here we go. So it's supposed to be like a noise. Specifically, there's a Neely Brothers song about George Washington where there is a line where he goes two sets of testicles so divine, and he does like a double kind of like piece. I guess it's kind of meditatey ish, but it's one of those that I thought was a good idea, but I don't think it's like unfortunately, having emotes is an art, and I gave a lot of suggestions to the people who did emotes for me. Everyone who's ever done emotes for me has been great. There are times where it's just that my thought process is so esoteric. They're like, "Well, I tried." Yeah, I heard he had dicks going out his feet. He once held his opponent's wife's hand in a jar of acid at a party. Twitter just for me as inputs. Oh god, yeah. I don't know. I would like to get some new emotes. Some one of these days. I think because like the thing is, a lot of VTubers get very cohesive emotes done by the same artist. All of mine have been done piecemeal over the years. So like all the styles are different. A lot of them are done by artists and VTubers that do not. Um, that do not exist anymore, which makes crediting them pretty hard. If we're talking about that video, I always think killed a sensei in a duel and he never said why. Or no, sorry, that's not the line I think of. I think of that line a lot, but I specifically think of threw a knife into heaven because it's just so wild. How you doing, Fox? How you doing? Hold on. Nice. There we go. Yeah, that's also been a thing too. Just getting the finances for stuff like that. Yeah. Listen, throwing a knife into heaven is so cool. Like, you're not gonna see that shit in, like, anything else. Also, if today is just literally I'm painting a bunch of red over the rats just to get, like, some base coats on, so be it. I'm also something I want to try. This used to be a thing in, like, the grim dark kind of scene. I don't know if it's still used as much because unironically, there is, like, flavor of the month painting techniques within the mini community, but I got some streaking grime from, AK Interactive because I'm curious about enamel washes because functionally they're apparently very similar to oils, but they don't take nearly as long to dry, and, they're pre-mixed, so I don't have to, like, custom mix mine every single goddamn time. You're right in lore. Fuck yeah! Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, airbrush would technically maybe kind of help, but then I have to go over all the stuff that was red anyway. Plus, these are already pre-primed that I did in the past, and I just kind of left them. I left them all inside of like a little shaky jar thing. So I was like, that's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I got this jar. I got not jar. I got this like little mini holder of rats. I have like a entire system filled with bits that I use. Like basically, it's kind of like a little slidey drawer that I have all my various bits in. And one of those drawers is just Stormvermin. And it's not even like they're supposed to be like mix and match like the other bits. This is just an incomplete Stormvermin box of like 20. I listen to the Mouth Collection, I think at least on stream for my mini painting once a month, if not more. I think at minimum I do once per month. I just find that it's good background music. Hello, Minida. How you doing? Welcome. Look, I'm painting rats. Wow. Look at me, I'm painting rats. I also want to try. I got some new dry brushes too that I want to try out a little bit, but I don't know if I don't think I'm not gonna use them for the rats. I got another thing for them. Also, hello to Dismayer. Hold on. Also, hell yeah on the 15 stream streak. Nice. There we go. Yippee. Now anthropology. I paint rats every now and then. You're not wrong for not remembering that because I do it very sporadically. And the joke is almost kind of how much I don't paint rats. But I do like painting rats, and I do paint them every now. And hello, Bort. How you doing? Welcome. I do like me a good mashup album. I do like me a good mashup album, so that would be appreciated. I listen to a lot of DJ Cummerbund too. He does some really good mashups. Oh yeah, it's St. Pat. So I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day until I saw somebody mention it on Twitter, and it's like, I'm green anyway, so it's fine. I can avoid a pinching. That's all. That's all that matters. I believe you said your knights shat on a bunch of orcs. That sounded pretty great. It's hard. It's hard for orcs to deal with a massed fire. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I would like to get to the point today where, like, maybe I at least assemble a rat. So, what options do we got? We got the arms. We got arms. The banners need some stuff. 2 knights are left for pretty much. The thing is, 2 knights is still what, like, straight up, it's a lot of points. Like, you say 2 knights were left, but in Chaos Knights, that could be easily 800 points. Like, not like, I'm going by Chaos Knight values. Imperial Knights are maybe a little different. Single D6 die will fit in there. It might, actually. So yeah, I could make these the flag holders. Like, if I wanted to do the flag holders, I could just do, like, flag and knife. Flag and knife. There we go. Or I could just do some generic spear boys, either or. I got a couple of spears that are just kicking around in here. There's a warden and a warglaive. Warglaive is sound. If I had to guess, a warglaive sounds like it might be the equivalent of your like, that's Arminger Town, right? That's what the Armingers are. That's what the warglaive is, I think. Like I said, I don't know the Imperial side of knights. Yeah, okay. So that's like still like maybe 600 points. That's still a decent amount. Oh yeah, no, Neil Ciceriga is legitimately fucking wild on like, yeah, it's effectively, for people who don't know the Mouth albums, they're unironically meme albums. They take like a lot of like they're based very specifically on when they were made. So like you're like I think all of them basically predate. Like I don't think you're gonna see like a triple Q style not Big Chungus, but yeah, like a Big Chungus or a Gangnam style. But like there's a lot of Smash Mouth, there's a lot of System of a Down little bits and jokes. So like it's and the thing is it's for me, I think like a good jokes cover of a song. A lot of Wonderwall, um a lot of Hanson, which specifically just Mbop, Limp Biscuits in there, I think a couple of times. Like stuff that's been jokes or memes for a while, but yeah. That's all block. Welcome. I posted a picture of the idea. Oh, and where, I guess. I think if you flatten out the like if you cut it like so it doesn't have like the little the little wavy bit, and just kind of made it lie flat, I think that would work. I think that would work at that point. I was like, oh, Nitrous, how you doing? Welcome. Is this what I mean? That's still assuming 2K points. It's still like a fourth of your army. But I think that's still a pretty sizable chunk left, but still good shit. Good shit. Nice. Yeah, I guess I'll try to paint this so maybe I can get at least 3 rats put together at some degree of quality, I guess. And the helmet has a rim. I mean, like, the thing about grots is they can be goofy, so I would just say just go for it, and if you don't like it, just rip it off and re-glue it and try it again. Like I think a lot of orc stuff is you just gotta feel it. You just gotta be like, just put it on. Does this work for you? And if not, just fucking rip it off. Just fucking grab it and twist. Oh, Two Trucks is very good. If we're talking about my favorite Neil Cicierega songs that are not like the classics, like the ones that everyone knows, like Ultimate Showdown. If we're talking pure original songs, I really like Mask of My Own Face. If we're talking his remixes, I like Crocodile Chop, which is a kind of goofy, happy version of Chop Suey, but with like a very upbeat, happy tempo to it. Talk about the cutting. I don't. What? Monday. The Grot wearing. I mean, if you like the rim, just keep the rim on there. I don't know what you're asking. Confused. But it's not pack a punch. I mean, yeah, like I think a lot of knights just like having like a little like I could maybe do that with like plague bearers. No, I think typically knights, if you want to, especially because they changed the daemon rules where it's like if you use a if you I forget exactly how it works, but it's like if you're using a certain type of daemon, you have to bring like an appropriate level of just the grunts. Oh yeah, no, I think it's if you use a big boy in another list, you have to bring at least a unit of like the battle line. So like if somebody wants to splash in like a great uncling one, they gotta bring some battle line Nurgle stuff, which counts for fucking Nurglings, which is what Chaos Knights usually bring in just to like harass objectives and stuff like that, from what I understand. God, yeah, switching to this red is layering a lot quicker, which is nice. But yeah, that's the other thing. How you doing? Paint some store. Yeah, let's go. I think I have to imagine because like for a lot, because like I've been hearing rumors about Skaven coming back in a big way for Age of Sigmar for a while. But I think for most people who are not like on the pulse of like leaks and whatnot, they're just like, oh shit, it's. Although I kind of got inspired today, honestly. Like a lot of the leaks and stuff has been pretty cool, but like today they basically did like 100% confirmation of like showing a little animatic thing where energy was crackling underneath some pillars, not pillars, some planks, and there's chittering rat noises, which is like Skaven. Skaven real. Skaven real. So I was thinking that's what got me. Yeah, it's at this point that like nobody could possibly deny, unless they did like a really bizarre bait and switch that would not make any like they would that would be a bait and switch that nobody would really buy. I But he pulled him out to try to gank. Oh yeah. If it's like if you cannot confirm a kill, you will get hit by incredibly powerful heavy machinery. God, I need to. I've been looking at like a good carrying case for my knights because I would like to take them to the shop. And I know there's a couple different ways. I know there's a couple of cheapo ones, but it's like I really don't want them to break. So I was like, what do people typically bring for knights? And they're like, ah, yes, this $300 magnetized case. And a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, I use this case for my knights too. And I'm like, that might be tempting. That might be a thing to save up for. That might be worth it. How you doing, Rusted? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting Skaven today. Yeah, the thing is, like, if I've tried to do the box method, like the plastic kind of carrying tote thing with the magnet sheets, it's very hard for me to find one that's specifically knight size. Like, I have not found a good one that's both knight size and has a nice flat bottom, which is really difficult. Like, I don't know why that combination. Like, I can find ones that are knight sized, but the bottom makes it so sticking magnetic sheets is very, very difficult, and those are still not particularly wide. Like, there's some that could fit a couple of knights, but not the amount I'm looking for. So I don't know. My quest eternal for like a good amount of knight bullshit carrying. I do like to be a flat bottom for a case. For a case anyway. And like that's the thing, cause like there's like it's cause like the whole like, yeah, just magnetize a plastic bin. Like that advice has been around for fucking forever, but everybody's like, just get the plastic bin. Just go to the store and get the plastic bin, dum dum. I got a plastic bin here. I'm like, that's great. You are carrying a kill team, and you do not mention what brand that is. That's unfucking fortunate. Because like I can find the bins, but they're just not good bins for carrying shit. How you doing, Bounty? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The fuck is happening here? I think there's something happening with my Steam Deck. Like I cannot switch. Yeah, let me at the very I'll get a stretch in. Gotta refresh the connection. Ah. Something is happening with my something is happening horribly wrong. I am stuck forever like this. Hello, Scaly Sisters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do. I don't kit bash on my Skaven that much. There we go. I'll have to figure out what the fuck is up with that. A lot of my kit bashing is for Turnip 28 is what I kind of do on that. Yeah, apparently I cannot mimic today. Okay, I can show you something. This is a Turnip 28 model that I've worked on that has two guys in a trench coat kind of dealio, where it's like to purposely use my 3D printer to make the base body big, and I kept the heads the same. And I had like a little peeky window so this guy could stick out his pistol. You know how it be. You should totally do a crab tank. Fuck yeah. And then I have some more subtle ones. This is not done yet. But this is for my Age of Sigmar Stormcast. I usually change up the heads and paint them in a darker color scheme. This one is not done yet. I fuck this flag, goddammit. I have to put on my usual candles. Also, too, this is not done yet either, because I gotta put some glow effects. But hey, look at Deathjack, everybody. This is the Deathjack I worked on last week. I need to do like another layer of glows on the vents and put some glows on like the little holes and the tubes, and the face and like the chest has a little bit of glow, but I don't have like the kind of, this is just the bright layer. But yeah, honestly, turned out really good. I'm very happy with the results. Little Hal of 10 years ago would shit his pants if he knew that I would make a model that looked like this. So I'm happy about it. Yippee! Maybe I'll do some more War Machine stuff, you know? A few bones figs. I mean, you might as well. Those bone figs are like, if you just want to chop those motherfuckers up, they're hella easy to replace. So fuck yeah, let's go. Little Hal sounds like a little shitter. Well, when I say Little Hal, I still mean like Hal age, what, like 21? So when I even say Little Hal in the context of wargaming, I specifically mean like I was still technically an adult. I don't feel like anyone's really fully an adult until they hit 24, but that's the law does not agree with me on that one. How you doing, Echo? Why is everyone saying shitter? God damn it. How you doing, Echo? How you doing? I am applying paint to rat. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I do think that like once you hit 30, there's not a huge change. Like it's weird because like you don't feel older, but I feel like when I talk to people who are 30, they kind of get it a bit more. Wow, okay. Echo's very cool for a Haglet. Everybody, Echo's really cool for a Haglet. Oh yeah, speaking of which though, um I actually am going to be doing a collab with Echo on Monday. It's going to be a little extracurricular thing, so it's not going to be on my stream. It's going to be on not House. That's me. I'm out. It's going to be on Echoes. We're going to be playing. Is that announced yet? Can I say officially what? Oh yeah, the Power. Okay, yeah. If you know, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Power Wash Sim, a game that I find myself weirdly super into. I before the Warhammer collab, I'm like. God, whatever. Seems like a dumb game. And now I'm like power washing on my free time sometimes. It's just like a nice, like, this is nice. I get to put on some Red Letter Media and chill. It's great. I love Power Wash Sim for Red Letter Media and chill. But what's it called? Yeah. Yeah, no, Echo's absolutely right on that. I give Echo a lot of shit, but she was absolutely 100% correct on that. I cannot disagree with that assessment, like not even the slightest. Cause I was like, why I wasn't like, there are some people that like, God, why would you play Power Wash Sim when you could power wash yourself? And like to say people that say that about like a lot of games that technically are doable in real life. It's like, why would you play a sports game? It's like, I don't know. Some people just like to play sports game on their couch in their comfort of home. I don't know why you're like this, but for me, I was just kind of like, I don't get it. I've never really gotten to the cozy job core, like job sim games. But then, yeah. So these were like, I wanted like the crotches really badly like fit together, but luckily nobody will see that. So that's fine. It does. I'm also getting that like, have you guys heard of like the Tetris effect, where it's like when you play it long enough, you what's it called, you want to like rearrange objects into Tetris shapes and whatnot. I got like a similar version for Power Wash Sim, where sometimes I look at something dirty, I'm like, man, if I had a fucking power washer, I would spray the fuck out of that. And sometimes I'll check under quarters to see if there's crud there, because it's very much like that in Power Wash Sim, where like the last remaining couple of points are usually like underneath something. And this is a problem because in real life, that's exactly where the crud is. Nobody cleans the crud. Oh yeah, no, the thing is, I've been weirdly enough, I don't feel like I'm turning into a dad, but I do uncle mode most of my life. My life is on perpetual uncle mode, like at all times. So like it's weird that I feel like I said that I relate more to being an uncle-like creature than a father, which is odd. But like I'm doing a lot of home repairs and making my own pickles and a lot of lawn care, stuff like that. I'm like one bad day from model trains. I know deep in my heart someday, one of these days I might just do a train painting stream just for fun, just to be like, fuck it, whatever. We ball and we trainin'. You and I are the same. Fuck yeah, let's go. So you get it. People get it. I probably could dad it. Yeah, I guess uncle things are dad things. Maybe it's just because I don't have a kid. The thing is, like, I feel like a rogue uncle is more common than like a rogue, not rogue. I don't know. Just like do like dad kind of for me still weirdly implies like a whole family unit where I could see like an uncle by themselves, if that makes any sense. Where it's like when I think of a dad, I think of a family, even if it's like a single dad. When I think of an uncle, I can see an uncle that's just an uncle. You don't need an aunt. You just doing uncle shit. I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense now that I'm articulating it. Yeah, nomadic uncle. I go where I graze where the grass is, and then I move on as the seasons change. I mean, I spent a lot of yesterday mixing up a batch of weed killers, so that's also still not wrong. I got my little pressure weed killer sprayer thing, you know. I was like, time to blast the fuck out of my driveway with this, and I need to make it stronger. I made it too weak. I didn't do proper measurements, and I was like, ah, fuck it, and just kind of poured it into the sprayer thing, on the side of caution. When are you going to be I've had that happen before. I was what's it called? I still think of this a lot. It's because it just fucking blindsided me. I was talking to Sasha at what's it called? At Magfest, and she was like, "So, like, when are you and Bloom gonna get married?" Not saying like we should marry each other. Like, apparently, since both me and Bloom have very like dad tendencies, she's like, "It's weird that you're not." And then first I was like, "I didn't think you were a Fujo, Sasha. That's kind of interesting." But then my next thought was just like, you sound like all of my family members. You sound like every family member I know. Alex Bloom confirmed. Dear God. Mm. People try to draw ship art and then they look down and it's just both of us in conductor hats. And they're like, what the fuck? And they go for it again. They're like, all right, I'm going to make the real smut now. And then they like black out and they wake up and it's just a fully detailed train basement. They're like, why? How is this happening? Let's get some little metal bits on these guys. Yeah, unironically, I've stopped talking to certain relatives because whenever they call me up, they're like, they ask about that kind of thing. And for me, it's not that I don't like the idea of finding someone. It's just that it just hasn't, like, there's been no progress there yet. They've been doing other things. I spent a lot of my late 20s unfucking the life that my early 20s led to. So I didn't really have enough time for a lot of that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, I'm doing other things. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I don't like the pressure. I don't like the pressure of it. So after a while, those relatives are like, "Al, why don't you answer the phone anymore?" It's because every every time you call, you ask the same things about this, and I feel less and less inclined to pick up the phone. So that's fun. That's fun. I think everybody has to some degree like a nagging family member that asks questions that you really like. You're like, oh yeah, I get it. And, like, she means well at the end of the day. She's not trying to be mean or anything. I think it comes from a nice place. It's just it kind of drives me fucking nuts. Oh, Kunoji, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, maybe you're lucky then, Steve. I get that asked from certain relatives a decent amount of time. But yeah. It do be like that sometimes. Need a hold. Yeah, that's also true too. Like I said, for me also, I I about said I had special needs. It's not the right way to phrase it. I was about to say I have like I am somebody with a lot of interest and I have like I would need a very specific person that would vibe for that kind of thing, you know? Like it's like the kind of person that I would need in my life for like a partner situation. It's going to need to be cool with a lot of things that kind of preferences, yes. I am a man of very specific preferences. I have my own family because I was yeah, legitimately my early 20s was a real bad spot. And a lot of people I knew kind of met people in their early 20s, so it's like, well that be a thing. That certainly be a thing. Yeah, I do. I legitimately do have to find someone like very, very specifically. Like nerdy would be a good start. I think it's just because of where I've kind of like grown up on the internet over many years. It's led me to have very specific preferences. Like work. The Stormvermin are kind of older models, so like they have some weird quirks I'm gonna have to kind of feel around for and hope for the best. Like, are these no? These are not metal toes. These are metal side things. There we go. What preferences are those? Like, I need somebody because, like, I've also like, I haven't dated in a while, but I have been with people at some point in my life that just were not really cool with any of my hobbies or people I knew. At this point, unironically, I think the big hurdle is like I would need somebody who's cool with me being a VTuber, which is a weird thing to ask somebody who's normal. If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be absolutely honest, this is a weird topic for a stream, but so be it. While I paint rats, like I would need somebody who was like down for this. And that kind of person really doesn't exist a lot. It's a magical unicorn of a person who would be down for this kind of thing. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm crying myself to sleep to calm down. Well, if you want something, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna show my gamer subs thing to that. No, 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 no. But yeah, let's see. Oh, welcome. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I know a couple of people, a couple of my IRL friends know I'm a VTuber. And they're cool with it. But that's like a different thing compared to like, is this cloth? No, fuck, this is cloth. This isn't metal. God damn it. These models are like they're telegraphing their bits kind of weird. It's fine. I'm just gonna get these through here. Yeah, nerf tolerant, at least gotta accept mountains. Also true, yeah. I have to be like, all right. Like, and I feel like almost this is a selfish list of things to ask of someone and be like, all right, listen, person, listen, magical person, other person. One, I am a VTuber and I'm gonna want to continue to be a VTuber for as long as possible. So that's gonna be a thing. Just letting you know, that's gonna be a thing. And also, every inch of the house is gonna be covered in nerd bullshit. I'm sorry, all of my nerd bullshit takes up a lot of space. So strap the fuck in there. Also, how you doing, everybody? Welcome. How you doing? Let me say hello. My name is Halbernut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety, and unironically, I'm painting Skaven today. This isn't even a bit. This is not even a bit. How is that? Oh, what were you working on? What were you working on? I am working on some Skaven Stormvermin, which has been in my closet for a while. Unironically, I paint rats today, at least, at the very least. Maybe on Tuesday too. Wednesday. Tuesday, I'm going back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I did a little bit of off-screen grinding. I got me another dragon. I got me a couple of electric dudes. Gladiator Lancers. Ooh, fuck yeah. Let's go. I am painting a large swath of rats. Oh no, was I using this for my metallics? I hope not. That was not supposed to be a metallic paintbrush. That's fine. How compatible are Frostgrave minis? I think Frostgrave ones are a little smaller. I think they're closer to actual. So Games Workshop models are at 28. Okay, let me explain this because this is like convoluted. Games Workshop is like, yes, all of our models are 28 millimeter scale. That is not true. They have grown to probably something closer to 32 millimeter, just as scale creep is a continuous thing. I believe the Frostgrave / Oathmark ones are closer to 228 millimeter. So, while technically they would kind of work. Yeah, that 28 heroic, yeah. It's not full 32 millimeter scale because that's, I think, when like Marvel Crisis Protocol exists at, and those things are going to look huge even compared to like a Primaris Marine. Although it's fun. It's a fun thing just for me to yell. I paint rats is a catchphrase. It's not really a catchphrase of mine anymore, but still very fun that it's applicable, especially right now. So do not worry about that. Do not worry about that. Little metal clasp, or is that like a bit of sprue? I legitimately don't know. My thought process on these are I'm just gonna get as much done possible today. Yeah. I don't know, I guess Malifaux models are reasonably big. I guess they're reasonably big. Yeah, what were we talking about? I have chosen a lifestyle that makes me undateable. That's really the TLDR. That's fine. I'm having fun with it. I won't get rid of it. Listen, I've retired some really deep into weeds. Like some like I've had redeems that for a while that used to pertain to very, very early house streams that now nobody remembers the origin of. Like there was one called Backbush that I kind of quietly phased out because the amount of people that have any context for that um no longer typically watch VTubers. Um and hello Matthew, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean Crisis Protocol, I have the very early models from it. They seem nice. And I just don't give much of a fuck about Marvel as a property. But they're very, very good. Um, they're very, very good. Let's see, Morheim Warband. Uh the thing is, I would actually say if you're wanting to do a Mordheim Warband out of Frostgrave, you could just stick to that. Like Frostgrave has like a good series of cultists and whatnot. Like I mean, you could still like stuff like the axes and the like the not hammers, axes, helmets. Those would still probably be fine. But you could also make like really good Mordheim warbands entirely off of those kits. Like I don't even think you need to mix and match with G Dubs. Yeah, I was actually about to recommend the Cultist box. I don't use any of them myself because I have a 3D printer, and for me, Victus miniatures basically do the same thing, but I can kind of print on demand. But um if you do not have a printer, all those Frostgrave minis are like relatively great. There's also Stargrave if you want something more sci-fi, and Oathmark if you want something a bit more classic, kind of traditional fantasy medieval kind of thing. So you can those kits you can mix and match basically willy-nilly and probably get you exactly what you would want out of a cultist setup, out of a Mordheim warband setup. One of that's indistinct here. Ah, that'd be fair. They're probably close enough that I think you'd be fine. Especially if we're talking older Games Workshop models. Like they're like the fact like the new Dark Oath box would be a really poor fit with those, I think. But I think for older ones, you're probably in the clear. Probably in the clear. That like little probably go back and give them a metal color. Yeah, but it's a local meta. I mean, it's yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about Marvel Crisis Protocol as a game. I don't have a huge drive for any Marvel properties these days. But as a game, I've heard nothing but swell things about Crisis Protocol. It's where my local scene when everybody played what's it called? Back when people used to play Star Wars Destiny, they eventually switched over to Marvel Crisis Protocol after that game died. Apparently, there's a new Star Wars card game, and I could not give less of a fuck about it because for me, the drive was never about Star Wars as a property. It's just that the dice mechanics were really really cool. Uh, so apparently, the new Star Wars card game is also fairly solid, but I just if I'm getting into any other TCG that's not Magic in the year of our Lord 2024, it's going to be the Digimon one because I heard you can run a Diaboromon deck, and that's tempting. But even my love of Diaboromon has still not been enough for me to actually invest into that game. Also, yes, I did say it earlier, but Kuroji, enjoy your lurk, and hell yeah, get you some dinner. Get you some dinner. Yeah, they're it's like part of me kind of wants to take my Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. At the very least, I have some terrain from it, and I really, really, really want to like. I kind of want to grimdark it up. I kind of want to make like a rusted, kind of like blown out post-apocalyptic Daily Bugle little stand. Because I think I could use that for a lot more games, but it would be weird if I ever do play Marvel Crisis Protocol. Like, oh, here's the desert waste that was once New York. There we go. There we go. Like right now, I'm very sloppily I'm just kind of working my way in general. I don't know if I'm going to have like a completed rat to show, but I'm going to try for it. I'm going to try to have like a rat that I could assemble maybe. Yeah, apparently the Digimon card game has like has a pretty widespread like of like not necessarily like deep cuts, but like the Digimon that they include in the Digimon card game are like enough that like it's like okay, you did your shit. You got like a pretty good amount. Was how do I paint rats? Yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe at the very least, if I could get like I don't know. I'm also a little afraid to glue them because I know some of these models belong to like this like standard bearers and like the drummers and stuff like that. As foretold, I know, right? I do paint rats every now and then. I think I kind of fell off because why did I fall off painting rats? I think it's just because like horde armies don't vibe well with the way my brain works. Um, which is funny because Skaven are the definition of the horde army. But when I got back into Warhammer and stuff like that, that was I was like, ah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I say back into mini painting. Sorry. Skaven were my gateway back into mini painting in general, but like that was the first time I did anything Warhammer-ish. But oh yeah, because also too, I want to go back for some of my older armies as well. Free Warhammer. That's why I got what's it called? Oh, you were playing back at 5th edition. Fuck yeah, let's go. I was a War Machine baby because I could not afford any older editions of Warhammer, both fantasy or 40K, until fairly recently. Like what I was mentioning earlier, I my early 20s were objectively a mistake. Some of those mistakes I'm still paying off. Some of those mistakes are gone and they're fine. Um, but at the time, like when I was getting into mini painting, like the barrier of entry was never higher. I don't remember exactly when it was. I want to say it was like when was 8th edition was probably around. Was it 7th edition? Whenever like 2011-ish. That could be 7th or 8th. I don't have the really good like what year what edition of Warhammer was out. I don't have a real good mental correlation between those. I have to imagine it was at least 7th, if not 8th. And I was like, "Oh, these look cool." And it is cool now that I am what's it called? Oh yeah. Now that I got my 3D printer back. Hold on. Got like grab it. I've been really digging like square bases and really just rank stuff more than anything. I don't care exactly that the bases are square, but like I got my 3D printer fixed. Specific. Oh god, this is gonna be really hello white, so bear with me. But this is like a little movement tray for my Chaos Warriors, and it's got magnets that can connect to another similar one, and I can make this a. Also, I don't know why this is like some of the resins, not resin, the filament's a little burnt. I don't quite understand what burnt on that. I had a very weird clog in my FDM printer that caused a lot of issues, and it took me until this weekend to really get everything fully debugged because the level of everything going to shit was wild. I had never seen that. Like that printer had never fucked up quite as bad. Twitter will demand everything, though. To be fair, but yeah, it's I forget, like, I think I just get white because, like, white and black are the cheapest you can get for that brand. Because like, not that I, because like, there's a lot of people that when they 3D print something, whatever color they print it, like that's just the color of the object now. They're like, ah, I got like not sepia. I got like a like bright fluorescent pink because I wanted this thing to be printed pink. And like I'm gonna prime and paint over it anyway, so the actual resin color doesn't matter. So it's just like, what does that leave you? Black, which is usually sold out because people just like shit in black, and white, which a lot of people don't do 3D prints directly of white stuff. Or if they do it in enough quantities that they make sure to keep white in stock all the time. Black sometimes is just not. Same thing with grays. Certain grays are in stock when I want, sometimes not. But yeah. So I'm currently got a Mordheim house that is printing at the moment. I've been having some printer fun. I also did a thing too, opposite of printer fun, where I've printed a lot of like half finished projects, and I literally just went through everything. I'm like, if I will never paint this, I'm going to chuck it. And I tossed a lot of minis that were printed, and they were fine prints. Like nothing was wrong with them, but I was like, what is this? It's like a goofy little thing. It's like a one-off goblin that I don't need. Well, I don't need that goblin. nothing about that goblin is going to be necessary for any projects I'm doing. I'm gonna chuck the goblin so I can free up some table space. And I just went through like a bunch of stuff like that, like early. Also, a lot of prints that were done with like my previous type of resin, my shitty brittle resin that I started with. Oh God, hello, Kaiten. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look at me, I'm painting rats. Wow, 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 wow. I gotta get the inside of that hood though. So let's put you aside while I work on that. How you doing? How you doing? I'm painting a multitude of little Skaven bodies. That's going pretty well. Luckily, these are even like as infantry, they're not that bad. Like they're pretty straightforward. It's like what you got. You got like a little foot thing. You got some. Oh God, why is that super watered down? What the fuck? Fine. Like you got a little bit of metal. You got like some back plates and a lot of stuff I can kind of touch up and fix later. How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, I got Mordheim Turin going. Oh yeah. I didn't show you guys the terrifying faces. Um, Actually, they're not terrifying. They just look like handsome Squidward. Each one has a riddle to ask you, and you might be like, "How? Why do you have 3 heads like that?" I'm just gonna leave them on the table, just kind of like just staring back. How? Why do you have 3 heads like that? And there's a very simple answer for that. Is I needed to test some heads for a project, so I printed out a bunch of extra heads for testing purposes. But I kind of really like them. They're based off of a real sculpture of like some Egyptian dude. I think he was like a priest to Isis or something like that. Hello, Bad Apple. How you doing? Look at me. I'm painting rats and showing everybody my terrifying faces. You know, as one does, the terrifying faces that really accentuate a mini painting stream. If you just look into the sheer abject horror that is, they're not even that terrifying. I don't know why I keep calling. I think it's just like just seeing a bunch of broken statue heads just lined up in a row. I think that gives ominous vibes, maybe. They kind of do look like Caesar a little bit. Yeah, it could have been. I don't know. I don't remember when exactly they were sculpted. But it could have been during that era at the very least. Could have been sculptors doing sort of similar bullshit. Got like the little tails and whatnot. Let me take a little drink. I'm sweating like off heater. Action scoot. Yippee! There we go. One thing that I'm a little sad about my C stand is I lost the stability features that the little bendy mic arm had, but like I get a way better shot. Yes, this is the prototype of the Blue Man group. It is them, the unpainted men group. But I have a big model that I want to use for. I printed these in a couple different sizes, and the one I'm currently looking at is a larger version of these that I think would be good for something. I don't want to say what yet because I need to still do a lot of testing and like cutting and stuff like that to make everything fit. But the base idea seems sound, so I'm excited about that. Also, did I do anything else? Oh yeah, I got some dwarves. Would you all like to see some dwarfs I'm printing? I've mentioned a couple of times I'm trying to get some of my local scene into the Middle Earth strategy battle game, and there's a tribe on my mini factory called like the Printing Goes On, and they basically do nothing but Lord of the Rings esque stuff. And it's like, there we go. So we got like a dwarf king dude, we got like a little staff guy, and we got like a little champion, and back also got horn. There we go. Yeah, exactly. This is also why like I want to re-get into like I've looked at speed painting techniques before, right? And I want to get better at them specifically so I could be like, okay, I want to get you nerds into this game. How would I do that? Food. I mean, yes, you gotta have something to punt. So like dwarves are perfect for that. That's how you doing, Twisted Metal Dark? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm currently working on some Skaven for a change. There we go. I'm just getting, I think, yeah, I got like 5 bodies that I'm just kind of going through kind of pretty systematically. By the time we're done, I also did the bases in advance. There we go. You might need to refresh me on exactly what you were working on because my brain is full of stuff. My brain keep doing brain thing to use my words in the most eloquent manner. Um, oh yeah, this guy never got any little stuff on his. I'm probably gonna go back and touch up a lot of these too. Like if you're like these are like you're getting paint on off stuff and getting a little sloppy. Yeah. So these ones are probably the dwarves might be fine. So specifically what I want to look at doing is hold on. That's a good yeah, we could do kind of like show you what I'm kind of wanting to do. I want to do slap chop stuff because I think that's probably the best speed painting I can really get bang for my buck. Um so this guy is from a Blue Art. I've done a couple of their stuff before. Very, very nice mechanical ridges, very ominous, spooky looking, Giger-esque. Is it Giger or Geiger? I can never. And I got me some new dry brushes from art. These are just cheapo army painter ones. You're gonna be like, how? Why are they blue? And the answer is very, very simple, everybody. Like all brushes have a little reflective portion of it. That's fine. These were very thick and reflective. So I was like, gotta prep I gotta prep well in advance for that. So, Geiger. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's one of those words that like I've heard it pronounced 8 different ways, and I don't know what's the correct way. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they kinda got that like neat kind of feeling for it. But yeah, so I want to do like slap chop stuff is specifically when it's like you take like a gray and then you dry brush it pretty heavily on the model, and then you do a dry brush of like a white or a cream off-white kind of color, and then you go back and use like contrast paints. And I was like, that would be good for like I need to get a bunch of I need to get a bunch of stuff ready. I need to get a bunch of stuff ready for my new squad. So there we go. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's like I got my little tester thing. I'm getting them some stuff on there. I want this to be pretty thin. So it's like I gotta make sure the consistency is right because I've been kind of looking at like ideal ways to do this. I got me like a big chunky brush too, so I can really kind of like, and you can see it's like beginning to kind of like make the edges a bit more raised. Apparently, like these bigger dry brushes are really good for that specifically. I actually really just kind of look. I really just kind of like the way this gray looks specifically on these models. That kind of actually does make it look a little bit more. Is it a little bit a little bit more Geiger esque? I feel like a douchebag when I say Geiger-esque, but, like, it's pretty obvious that, like, that was the design intent off of these. So, yeah, some people use that to, like, speed paint Warhammer armies, and I was like, if I can get this technique looking really, really good, and it's like, "Okay, guys, I want you all to play the Lord of the Rings game with me because 'cause I've been, like, really weirdly fiending to play that Lord of the Rings game. I don't know why specifically. Um I don't know why I've been so fixated on the Lord of the Rings game lately. I think it's just because it looks like it's a lot of fun. I think that's really it. I don't think there's, like, a deeper agenda or anything. I just think it seems neat. Oh, is this a real gray? There we go. Yeah, that's right. Also, Skaven Raven Maven. Yay! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? I'm currently showing off a little bit of a little bit of slap chopping stuff, which is why I'm not directly painting some Skaven. But I also kind of waiting for these bodies to dry. How you doing though? How you doing? I'm Habernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety here. Get this. I gotta make sure this is the right consistency. Yeah, I actually do think I've never really done this kind of dry brushing with like a big brush like this, and I think it actually is like a very, very good fit compared to like the smaller ones, which I thought the smaller ones would be a bit nicer, but getting like one of these like very fluffy specialty ones that they're like the right size really kind of was how do I paint rats? I do. I Skaven are an army of mine that I've been slacking on painting, but like the new Skaven news has kind of got me pretty jazzed. I will not lie. And I'm also doing the thing where it's like I'm using a lot of the artist opus techniques where I keep like a little damp sponge. So I kind of get a little bit of moisture on there. I've been told from the artist opus guy not directly to put the paint, like you don't want to put your dry brush on a paper towel because it sucks out the moisture, but leaves the pigment, which makes them kind of look chalky. Which I've been there before. I've been there for a chalky dry brush, and it's like, okay, I want to make sure this is. I I kind of really fuck with just this gray on black for this guy. Like, I might do a little bit more of like for like the metals and like the flesh and stuff like that, but like as a base, this turns out really nice. Let's see. Let me get that. Let me get out of this fixation real quick with this. There we go. All right. So yeah, I want to be able to do something like this, not necessarily this way. Like this is just part of a process that will eventually adapt to speed paint some stuff for my friends who I want them to play cool war games I enjoy. But yeah. Get that. Let me get that dry brush nice and clean. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking about getting some artist opus ones, but these army painter ones are pretty solid for the price. Like for the price of what that set, I could get like maybe like that for that entire set costs as much as one artist opus dry brush. Anyway, let's go back to Skaven. But yeah. I'm a mini painting VTuber, Skaven, Raven, Maven. If you see the little rotating dreadnought in the corner, that's also mine. I've been having fun doing a lot of those little rotators for my models. Also, we got the handsome Squidward heads of good luck and fortune. There we go. Maybe if I just like keep them off to the side. There we go. They're just little buds. Hello, Big Dong Daddy Dom. How you doing? Welcome. Look at me. I'm painting rats today. How you doing? Well, that's how I paint rats. I do paint rats. Rat real. Rat real on twitch.tv/halbernacht. It's wild. People are going nuts that local elf who paints rats but doesn't paint rats is actually painting rats. The world has ended, the sky is falling, um, the apocalypse is nigh, repent sinners for the end is near. And if you would like to know the best way to repent, good luck, because I'm a fucking VTuber. My soul is not going to see the light of heaven. Hell yeah. Yeah, painting the rat pays also. Hello, Drowsy Bobcat. Welcome. The antediluvians. I love the phrase antediluvians. It's very good. I know I first heard of it through Vampire, of all things. What's it called? Seals have been broken. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun with Total Warhammer 2. Total Warhammer is a series that I would love to play more, but I just don't have a lot of free time, so I just never really got super invested in it. I played it a couple times on stream. I've played it with Samakos way back in the day, Corpse, VTuber. I played with her once. Especially now that I got a graphics card that doesn't suck dick. My graphics card used to be terrible, so I couldn't really play the game on anything other than like vague pixelated blurs. And now I don't got like the top of the line one, but I got like a 360 Ti, I think, which is like good enough for games. I'm not getting super in depth for like a lot of stuff. Oh, by the way. It's not quite Factorio, but during the Steam sale, I have picked up Satisfactory. So that might be on the docket at some point as well. That might be on the I know, or maybe for like maybe like a one-off stream. I know a lot of you have been really excited for me to play like one of those like engineering nightmare clusterfuck base building games. So that might be happening at some point. I also am currently working on getting the Warhammer 40k Engage game working because I am, for people who are not aware. Oh, we got an ad break going on. Let me use it to like refill my paints and take a drink and whatnot. Ah, there we go. Ah, nice big sippies. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that engage. Exactly that engage. Hold on. I have the promotional material for it. I think I still have that. I still have that promotional like little thing. Ah, hold on. Nearly dragged every single image directly into my OBS. That would have been a mistake. It's gonna be gigantic. But yeah, check it out. This was Glory in Death. I guess you could play Space Wolves, Eldar, Chaos Space Marines, and Orcs. Um, and the only reason I found out about this is oh my god, I flipped. It's too wide. Whatever, I'll just delete it. The only reason I found out about that game is because I was I was reading Dragon Magazine on stream again. Um, which is fun. I love reading Dragon Magazine on stream. I might be doing that this Saturday? Probably. Probably. I think that's the plan this week. Maybe I gotta remember which one has the fucking Shadow of the Colossus stat block in it because that's also insane. That's also insane to think at one point there was a semi-official Dungeons and Dragons and Shadow of the Colossus crossover. In the lightest sense, I don't even they must have just been like, hey, can we put a Colossus in our D&D magazine? And I'm sure they're like, sure, okay, cool. This isn't technically an advertisement for our game. There's also one that's straight up about like there's an old Dragon magazine issue about blah, 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 blah. There's an old Dragon magazine issue about Game of Thrones. Back when there was like a implication that he would actually finish the damn thing, which is very funny. Oh, the extra sleep. How you doing? How you doing? It's just a Colossus stat block. It's like would you as a DM like to run a Colossus in your game? And the answer for that, hold on, there we go. The answer for that is no, because they're CR18. They're so high level that nobody would survive. Your players would get just mercilessly fucked over trying to do that. What do we do? Get some Skaven heads. I think if these guys don't even have arms, I feel like heads would be a good way to kind of like, you know, make them look a little bit more alive. Let me move these heads. There we go. Let me move these big goofy heads that I love, but they're just taking up space. You see, I was asking Twisted Metal. What remind me specifically of what you were working on, because a lot of times I glance at the Discord, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, but like recall is never my strong suit. Or if you remember like vaguely a post, like what posting time you were talking about, go for that. Yeah, how do I want to get the heads done? Ultramarines. I know I looked at it, but let me double check. I think also the tricky thing is at some point I need to do I need to relabel everyone's projects to like non-Warhammer projects because it's kind of people doing both. I say, oh yeah, you were building the orcs. Fuck yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a very nice marine. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Playing a little classic dreadnought, chef's kiss. Oh yeah, I did look at that. Sorry, it's been a while. I'm nobody should expect me to have good memory recall at any opportunity in my life. I have the memory of a goldfish. How do I want to do this? Like, I think what I'm gonna do for the Skaven heads is I think I'm gonna layer on some flesh, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then do the metal, and that way, if I need to touch up stuff. I'm definitely doing these in a kind of slapdash kind of thing. Mind of goldfish. Unironically, yeah. I just had like a bad memory in general, and it drives me nuts. I legitimately, I'm sure a lot of that has to do with like I've had a terrible sleep cycle for years, and I'm sure that's just kind of like not been great for the long term memory bits. I'm sure my long-term memory is not doing so hot of over years of, like, not getting a good night's sleep on the regs. This brush is, like it's a good brush from Rosemary& and Company. I have used it enough that it has worn away what size it is. I guess I wing it. Hello, Lemon, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look at me, I'm painting rats. I'm doing really kinda, like, speed painty rats, though. Most like, where it's just, like, I'm just kinda like, "Ah, just getting in there." Just getting some base coats on there. I'm also curious, I actually have not done a proper, like I have a newer painting technique now with, like, the oil washes. I was saying earlier too, I got some streaking grime coming the way, so I wanna try that, streaking grime reductive kind of paint technique where you put a bunch of grime on, and then you use, mineral spirits to remove the grime, in a very controlled manner. I think that would be very, very cool. There we go. The skin is gonna look a little dark, but I wanna layer I want to build it up with some stuff after a bit. This is supposed to be just kinda like a light flesh coating, whatever. Hey, how you doing, Lemon? How you doing? Yeah, me, I'm painting rats. I'm painting rats. Wow. It's nice though. I still do like Skaven. I know I joke that I don't paint Skaven as much anymore, but like I've also been in the grim dark E mines long enough that like I can take some of the stuff I've been working on with like my Stormcast and whatnot. Also, this is like God, my Skaven army is gonna be so weird because I have that clusterfuck style Skaven where it's like there is no consistent color theming whatsoever. Like not even really in the slightest, which should be fun. All right, that's double zero. Regular zero. There we go. Let's try that out. I also need to give all my brushes a good clean. All my brushes are incredibly dirty, and I need to actually sit down and give them a proper wash. This is too thin. We're young and naive. Oh yeah, so anyway, basically, yeah. God, I'm getting like, I'm at that point where I'm hitting recursive tangents. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. So yes, Warhammer game for the Engage. I will probably play it. Satisfactory. I will maybe. I don't know if that would be like a day stream, but I might at least do it once just to kind of get out of my system. And Omicron, I still need to figure out, like I know Omicron, the Soul Nomad, is nigh incomprehensible. So I need to investigate that one a little bit more. Mostly, I don't mind it being totally incomprehensible. I just wanted to make sure that like I could, because like I think I've always liked the idea of like these are like really esoteric, um adventure games, but a lot of them are so wild and esoteric that like you need a guide or to be the developers or insane or all of the above in order to properly actually like play them. And if Omicron's to the point where like I cannot play that game without being like neck deep in a guide at all times, then that's probably not going to be ideal. Hello, Francis. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Halbernot the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And I'm working on Skaven today for a change. I have not painted any Skaven in a while, but the new announcements made me want to kind of pull out my backlog. I have a huge army of Skaven. Fuck yeah, let's go, let's go. Have you heard about the rumors about some of the new stuff that might be on the way? Because they all sound pretty spicy. They all sound pretty spicy. I do not have Tomb Kings as well, but the Tomb Kings seem neat. The old world army, I'm just doing Chaos Warriors because I already had a bunch of them kicking around. So I was like, I'll just rebase them. They used to be based for Age of Sigmar, but it's like I got enough Age of Sigmar armies. There we go. I'm going through this box of Stormvermin that I've had for like a long ass time. So like I'm trying to get these relatively base coated in a kind of quickish way. So if you see a little bit of like sloppiness, it's just because I'm just kind of not speed painting them necessarily, but I'm just getting some base coats on relatively quick. I do got Discord, yeah. Go. Hold on. Wait, where am I typing at? I hit keys. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Also, if you want to check out some other links like my Instagram and my various YouTubes, I got the links. There you go. In one nice, easy, coherent spot. Yeah, I have some items that I need to work on one of these days. I am constantly swimming in a quagmire of projects I would like to finish, but I'm realizing time is at a real premium. Like, I was thinking about that actually, this week in order to kinda, like, get a little bit more time. I've been having a lot of fun with the movie night, and this is not me saying that I want to stop doing the movie nights. I'm debating the idea of combining a movie night with, a stream day. So it would be like, the stream night would maybe start the movie night would maybe start, like, 2 hours before I would stream. We would watch the movie, and then I would go directly into the stream. And I figured that would kinda entirely free up my Thursday for if I want to do, like, project kinda things, like, for, like, not like mini projects, not necessarily, but, like, learning some, like, VTubing software stuff or, like, setting up preparations for some future streams. Stuff like that, or like some video stuff. I've been having a lot of people tell me that they really want me to take edit some of the various campaign stuff I've ran, like the one shots and like the VTubers and vampires, and make those in the podcast. And I think to get the time to edit those, I would need to have more time for that. Oh yeah, specifically if you want to share mini stuff, if you choose to have that like mini so like if you go and do the like little onboarding thing, there should be a miniatures and other dork crafts. I probably need like I said, I probably need to redo some of my Discord though. That way so people if they're posting their models, it'll be in one spot because I think right now people are alternating between that and the share project zone. So I need to tweak that a little bit. So it might be maybe the layout that might change at some point. I don't know. Maybe in the future. Hallery is just for my stuff. I post my own stuff just in the Hallery. That's where my finished things are. So yeah, when you come in, there should be like a little onboarding thing of like, are you going to follow the rules? What kind of stuff are you into? Do you want to see movie night? Um, like everything in there is stuff I've personally painted. So like if you want to see what my painting is like, it's like that. So yeah. Oh, thank you for that hydrate. Let me get like little ear bit. I got way too much paint for the face. Need to kind of wipe some of that off before it gets a little too. There we go. Hydrate. Also, important. Have yourself a good sleep and take it easy, y'all. Have yourself a good rest. Hmm. So yeah, So yeah, I've been thinking about maybe combining the movie nights. Either maybe with I don't know which streaming day I'd combine it with just yet. I could maybe do it on Saturday, or I don't know. You guys think if so for people who might go to the regular movie nights, if you do not know, on Thursdays I've been doing a movie night where we watch like cheesy fantasy movies for the most part. So I was like, okay, well, it's like I could either combine that with like prior to the Saturday stream as a thing. It should be called Miniatures and Other Dork Crafts. Hold on. It should look like okay, it should be something like this. It should be something like this. And if you click that and like if you do not have access to that, you need to check your little like Discord rule things. And it should be like, are you interested in Warhammer stuff? Say yes, and then you can post stuff in there. Something like that, yeah. I mean, you can't put in everyone's project. That's kind of a free for all kind of slush pile of stuff. But you can totally you can put it in there as well. Like I said, I think I probably just need to tweak that a little bit because I think it is a little ambiguous where stuff might be ideally to go. There's a couple like that, there's like a couple little things where it's like I would. That's what I was thinking about. Like if I combined the movie night with a different day, I might get like a I might have because like the movie night doesn't take that much of my Thursday, but like it also opening Thursday entirely, I feel like would give me more time to really fuck around with stuff. I don't know. I need to think it over a bit. But what's it called? Bu- 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 Oh, honestly, that's a really bitchin' Tomb King's army. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's up, Albert? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I'm painting rats for a change. Isn't that surprising? Isn't that surprising? Fuck yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's me. I'm the rat boy. I'm actually painting it. I'll have to take a look at the stuff after stream a bit more, but a little bit I saw was pretty banging. Hell yeah. Very nice. But yeah, it's been a while since I painted Skaven, but the new reveals have got me thinking like, ooh, I need to get back on this. I don't see what Skaven like legitimately my Skaven backlog isn't that bad. Oh no mercy, Mike. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting rats. Wow, look at me, the rat painter painting rats. Um, where was I thinking about this? Uh, my brain is shutting down immediately. Um, I probably do need to redo TLDR. I probably do need to redo the Discord a bit and clear some stuff up. But yeah, yeah, the rats are good. Oh yes, I was about to say like what Skaven malls are left. I have the null holes. I have 3 null holes. I have a 40 plague monks. Uh, and those are basically just purple. Like all my plague monks are basically just purple robes. And honestly, I think that was like a very early airbrush attempt. And I feel like a lot of those could use another layer of airbrushing. See it real quick. They were part of that. So like very early on, when I was doing my Nurgle stuff, I think this I don't remember if my plague monks were the origin of why I do purple Death Guard. They were at the very least pretty instrumental into it. What's up, Matthew? Have yourself a good sleep and take it easy, yo. Have yourself a good rest. All right, let's go. I think what I would like to do, at the least for tonight, is if I can get like head in body. And luckily these guys don't like there's a little bit of like variation of the head's joint stuff. But if I can at least like put the head in, I think that'd be fine. Like if they're these are gonna be kind of like monopose, not monoposy, but like they're gonna be I will have fun, do not worry. These are gonna be like they were made to rank up, so like if they all just kind of single-mindedly stare blankly ahead, that's fine. And if I can get them glued on, that would be like, okay, the rats are at least forming a little bit more of a coherent, like, final shape. God, I got a decent amount of these boys. But it'll be nice though. I have not had a chance to actually have a proper unit of Stormvermin, and I believe they are getting a resculpt. If the Skaven rumors were true, I believe Stormvermin are on the list. It's like new clan rats, new Stormvermin, new warlock, new weapon teams. A lot of stuff actually, which is pretty baller. I would one of these days I would love to get a Chimera rat. Don't know what I guess you could use it as like a hell pit abomination. Also nitrous. Also have yourself a good night's sleep, but take it easy, yo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to God, the gripping on this is a little tricky. I think if I just get the back nub, if I can get like the back nub and like a little bit of the helmet, and then just kind of get the rest of the helmet later once that dries. But yeah, have a good sleep, nitrous. Good sleep. But yeah, that is true. At the end of the day, if I really want a chimera, I could make one. It's one of those things, at least for me, like, yes, I could, but the allure of the chimera would be having like a at least a semi-official one, I guess, if that makes any sense. Yeah, there we go. Let's put you there we go. Let's put you aside. I'll do something similar probably for the rest of the days. But yeah, no, I don't need to do any more kit bash projects. What's in my various kit bash projects? Oh yeah, my big kit bash project, which is getting my rowboat girly man to be kit bashed into what's his face? Asterion Moloch. Which is like so I'm trying to do the thing where I know it's works and I've done it before where you put a model that has been glued with regular ass super glue in a freezer and that will actually weaken the bonds of the super glue, making it easier to kind of like snap and kind of like deconstruct the model. And I'm doing that because not that the original guy built it wrong, but specifically because what's it called? Specifically also what's up, Blanc? What's up? Specifically because there's like an ultramarine pauldron. Do me some big news, and it's bad. Eh? What? Okay, Apex thing? I'll have to look at that. I don't play Apex though, at the very least, which is nice. Very unfortunate though for people who do play Apex. Very unfortunate that people play Apex. But yeah, I'll have to look at that a bit more after stream. All games at EAC. I don't know what games I played that might even have that. I'll take a look. Like I said, I'll take a look. All games might be affected. Oh shit. Okay then. Well, then I don't know if there's much I can really do about it. It's one of those things like it sounds bad. It definitely is not great. There's not much I could do this red hot second. I don't play a lot of games with anti-cheat though, because that would require me to play like multiplayer online games. I guess Fortnite. I guess I could uninstall Fortnite. It's not like I'm fucking playing Fortnite every day. I'm not on the regular getting that #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down. Get down. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to take a look later. I know I'm not a real Fortnite gamer. It's sad. It's sad. It's depressing that I'm not a real Fortnite gamer. Like I know I mostly play single player games, and like as far as I can tell, most single player games don't need an anti cheat setup. I'm sure there's some that probably do because game companies are wild like that. But yeah, I'm not a real gamer. No, I mean definitely a lot of my I there was definitely a period of time where I was a better gamer, but like the kind of games that are good for esports are not the kind of games I've ever had really any interest in, other than when I was dragged along to play like what was it? Like, League in college was really about it. I've had friends drag me to play, Overwatch in the really early days, and those are both games where it was like, I did not like either of them, but, like, I liked my friends, so I was willing to stick it out, and I was like, "These games just make everybody angry, and they're not fun. I will not play them on my own volition." Getting these helmets. There you go, let me go back to this helmet real quick, I'm curious, so if it's like, if I stick this in there I don't know if doing metal on the ball joint was the best idea. I think from this angle it looks relatively fine. I'll definitely need to get like the chin fur. I'm debating I'm debating if I want to take the easy route and just be like, okay, all my rats, they're basically the same color. Like fur, I mean specifically. Like I could give them all basically the same brown fur. I probably won't because I think it'd be a little bit fun if I had some color variation. Like nothing too particularly wild. But I think before I've done different fur shades. Yeah, I should do that. I think different fur shades will kind of like make this look a bit more Skaven-y, I guess. I think a typical Skaven is like basically a brown rat. Like I know there's like the white ones that turn into like gray seers and whatnot. I think there are like black rats too, but I think typically if you just want to have just like a bulk rat color, for fur and Skaven, I think you typically do that. Hello, Jackmal. Yeah, rats, rats. We are the rats. Coming to celebrate another birthday bash. There's the other one about like the rat that makes all the rules that I don't know that copy pasta or like song thing at the top of my head. And that's the one usually people around me do know that off the top of their head. Oh, I did not get the ear on this one. Tragic. That's the one that I usually don't. Other people know it by heart, and I'm just like, sorry, a rat fraud. Yeah, white brown. Yeah, that's. I think that's like pretty much it. Like, it's like I could have the same brown for everything, or I could have like a little bit of shade variation. We'll find out. I still got like an hour to put together some rats, so I'm not. The urgency is not super duper real. That's nice. These guys also might be the ones I do the streaking grime test on because I'm very curious. Because like basically, it seems like the way streaking grime works, it's basically what I do for my oil washes, but instead of me having to mix them and get the right consistency each time, I can just kind of like dip into the pot, which might eliminate a bit of the soul variation. But like, God damn, that sounds really convenient. Like, in theory, like, I could never I've done oil washes on stream once, and it's just such a messy pain that I have not replicated that since. Because it's like I gotta get a separate set of brushes out. I have to get gloves on each hand because that shit gets fucking everywhere. I gotta mix it, and it's just kind of a pain. Like, when I do oil wash days, I basically, like, set aside an hour because I know I just wanna do, like, a big batch of models in one go. That generally works out. Like, that it's like that generally works out, but, like, it's not streamable. But, hey, but technically with the streaking grime, I might just be able just to put that on midstream. Just be like, "Wow, cool. It's the enamel is activating." Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I have, like, what's it called? Mahogany brown and chocolate brown. And I think both they're pretty close, actually. They're reasonably close. That's fine. 'Cause I reserve the dark brown for the wood, for, like, the spears and whatnot. There's so many parts that are just like, this just has some of the like, this is just has some of, like, the cloth painted. This is just the wood and the metal. I don't even remember the last time I touched these, like, I wanna say it was, like, maybe early 2023, maybe? The one thing I really like about multi-streaming to YouTube now when it comes to mini painting is I can actually go back and, like, look at my, VODs and be like, "What did I paint on this? Oh, yeah, 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 I painted this model." Because prior to that, I've been pretty diligent on archiving, video game streams. Video game streams, I've been very diligent at archiving those. But when it comes to, like, archiving the, what's it called? My painting one, I have not done that into 2 recently. Like, also, if you wanna see like, for instance, if you would like to see a shitload of Mass Effect, I have it. If you would like to see, like, goddamn, 4 hours times what, like, 9 Mass Effect 2 streams, and then, like, bit of a Mass Effect 1? I could not put it in one big video. But yeah, check out my VOD channel, yippee! That should work. That link should work. I do eventually want to collect all the Garfield effects and put them in one place. I also want to move the Necrotica videos. Those will eventually be moved to my tabletop channel. Because I would like to consolidate those in one place and just leave that other channel for just like, hey, this is where I put my games, and the other ones, this is where I put my tabletop stuff. I think my brain likes that separation a lot more, if that makes any sense. I just heard a lot more Will Smith suddenly in my ear. I'm like, I need to tone that down a wee bit on my end. But yeah, I'd like to get all those. Like, I have a bunch of the VODs from like every other time I've ran a tabletop RPG on stream. It's like I'd like to get those uploaded. I think a lot of things that's holding me back from miscellaneous projects are just like time. I gotta min max my time harder. I really gotta do that. I think that's probably. Oh, this guy's got like. Oh, wait, wait, wait. That's like a little bit of face. Fine. I mean, I can do precise strokes. I actually. The funny thing is, if I paint solo when I'm like I can really get up into the crevices. I just can't really super do that on stream because it makes my tracking kind of fuck up. That's kind of one reason I think it'd be fun to get a 3D model so I could just get like there we go. Also, ye old brick, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the workshop. How you doing? How you doing? I busted out some old not clan rats, Stormvermin, sorry, that I'm working on kind of anticipation for the upcoming Skaven release so I can get I mean, like, most of my Skaven army is, like, painted to some degree. I just have a couple of miscellaneous odds and ends as the kind of miscellaneous odds and ends that is straight up 40, plague monks. Those kind of odds and ends, tee hee ha. But, I should probably introduce myself. I'm Halbert the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And I also do, like, a lot of Turnip 28 stuff and stuff. I do like Turnip quite a bit. But it's like the funny thing is like Skaven are relatively feature complete as far as my armies go, like in terms of just what I have, like getting the backlog done. Maggotkin are also very similar. I have one Maggotkin model that if I painted it, every single Maggotkin model for Age of Sigmar would be painted in my house, which is wild. And it's just one more Puskoil. It's just one more Puskoil. If I got that, I'd be fucking gravy. All right, those are the dark. Those are the. Those are the chocolate brown. We'll get some mahogany brown. Oh god, that's way too drippy. Sometimes like a fucking Vallejo paint that like if I open it, it'll just immediately spill out, and that's not ideal. Yeah, I think in terms of like armies that I have that I need to actually do stuff in the models, it's weird thinking that I can say now I have a loyalist Space Marine army. It's not a lot of points. I think the way I calculate it in New Recruit, I'm sitting somewhere. I'm sitting somewhere on the precipice of maybe a little bit over 1,000 and some change. Oh yeah, I got a couple of Duncan paints. I actually used Duncan paint today. I don't think I directly mentioned it. Let me get this fur. All of the skin on the Skaven that I worked on tonight is specifically the Tooth and Coats Barbarian Brawn. I'm a big fan. Because he does the Games Workshop colors that I generally like their colors, but they do one, I hate the pots, and two, they have like very specific thicknesses, if that makes any sense. Where it's like they really like the idea of you like, oh yes, buy this paint. This paint will provide a base coat, so it's gonna be thicker. This paint will be a layer paint, so it's gonna be thinner. And that shit drives me nuts because sometimes it's like, but I don't want to have like either two separate coats, two separate colors that are basically the same color depending on the thickness. I mean, thinning out the base coat's fine too. I can do that. But it's like I would rather just have everything one consistency in a dropper bottle. And I've had no issues with the Duncan paints. They're very good. I like them. I don't recommend them a lot because the availability is kind of hard. Like, I am very lucky that my local game store gets the Tooth and Coats Duncan paints. I have never seen it in another store besides my local shop. And I know you can buy it online, but you can buy a lot of paints online, so it's like I don't like I feel like for ordering paints online, you can have options to do like the Monument Hobbies Pro Acryl paints, which are legitimately really, really baller and really, really cool. Let's do I think for black, I need to do like a dark gray for dark gray instead of just pure black fur. Black. Oh, cool. I thought I was running out of black from Vallejo. I have a whole bottle. I must have picked that up just because I knew I was running low. But yeah, no, Duncan do good paints. Duncan do good paints. I've been nothing but happy about that. I think the only issues that I can really think of for Duncan's paints is the bottles are technically smaller. I don't know if that's like a money saving feature from on their end, like not from the consumer end. They're basically paint prices. They're typical paint prices for paints, which is fine. That's not like a fucking like deal breaker. But for instance, like you get a bit less, and also the thing that drives me nuts is like this is a very standardized bottle size. Most paint racks will have that size if you want it. Duncan's paints do not fit that size. They're smaller, which sometimes that's fine, but like if you have one that's angled in a way that if the paint does not fit smugly, it's going to spill out. It will do that, and that's not ideal. And I don't know why he did the size he did. For those, I don't know if it's like he is a person. I mean, I assume Duncan's got like a team and like now like a company behind him. Like I don't know if like Duncan Rhodes Enterprise. Oh yeah, Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. That's a small indie business. That's cool. I appreciate that. But like when you are a small indie business, you gotta like cut corners every now and then. Um, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive as a little guy out there. I get it, and calling Duncan a little guy is very silly coming from me, a certified in terms of numbers little guy. But like comparing like selling paints to like Games Workshop or Vallejo, he is indeed a little guy. So maybe those smaller bottles were like a way like, "Hey, this is how we can squeeze this is how we can get, like, a good price on this," or, like, they were able to find bottles of that size for, like, a discount. I don't know the reason for it. Maybe if Duncan ever has, like, a video where he goes over those. I think he did, like, a video to, like, shield them initially. I don't remember if he answered in there why he chose the very specific. He might not have. Dark gray. Yeah, oh, yeah, you know what? Putting dark gray on there was a good choice. I think having a little bit of color variety. So now in theory, I can take the rat, I can glue the heads on, and that's mostly fine. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna regret this a little bit later, but I think this will at least mean I can, like, have less stuff in a pile of stuff. Oh god, my glue is crusty as fuck. Everybody look away at how crusty my glue is. I think I have another glue bottle that might be slightly fresher. That's fine. Oh, look at the lad. Goofy. God, no, these are quite the dog face Skaven. I don't know. These are like right on the precipice of whether I think they hold up or not. Like they're not bad. I think the plague monks are a way worse sculpt because they God, the plague monks too. If anyone has not assembled plague monks, good. Plague monks have a fucking mold line issue that's like super duper rough. Like plague monks, I had to buy a mold scraping tool because I was getting sick of having to deal with those with my knife. Also because, like, that was really back early when I got back into the hobby, and I used to actively, like, play at a Games Workshop official store, like, for a decent amount of time. I also get why I have you open. Dude, let me get that little bit in the back that apparently I entirely missed. And, like, at my local G Dubs, like, I did get upsold on some things back when I was like, "I haven't painted in many a year." And like, "Oh, yeah, get this moldline scraper, it'll be legit." A lot of time paint on the Mush ID thing. Oh, I can see that. What's your fluffy idea? What's your fluffy idea for those? I think word bearers are pretty nice. I don't know. Like, if I have to do like I know Death Guard are like a canon chaos warband, but like if I had to do one of the unaligned ones, word bearers would be pretty high on that list. I should risky painting into an area I just glued. I've done that a couple of times and it's led to bad decision making on my part. So let me look at you, bud. Are you going to be in a fine enough boat? Yeah, there we go. So with the endless horde providence. This is for 30K, right? Because I don't. Yeah, because like I was thinking like 40K word bearers, and I was like, I don't think there's do that unfortunately, which is sad. But you hit dice gonna get an exact copy. Ooh, That sounds pretty spicy. Also, break some of this off. Break off the crust and see if that lets the glue flow a bit better. God, trying to break off the crust almost glued. But they stop gaming official stores. I don't know. I will admit that I have not played a game at my local G-Dub since the pandemic started. So they then again there's different tiers. Like the one near me was in an outlet mall. Um Blue, please, I beg of you. Um it was in an outlet mall and it used to have like a decent crowd that would come in. But the couple of times I've went back since, it was mostly dead. Like, even the person that ran it was replaced with, like, a guy it's like just like a fresh red shirt, kind of like the person used to run it used to be, like, pretty cool. They would paint their own models, and mostly chill. Like, I was lucky in that I never got, like, the Games Workshop, like, red shirt hassling you to buy latest Games Workshop products all the time. And it was kinda like, if you have any questions, let me know what you need. I am reasonably knowledgeable about the game." And I was like, "Okay, okay, I like this. I like this. I'm not getting I hate it when, like, a salesperson kinda comes up to me." So I was like, I can appreciate that this is a thing that's going on right now." I gotta figure out what color I want to paint the bag if I'm painting the fur. I guess as long as I choose a different color for the fur. I mean for the leather on the bag. I got like a tan color. Let me hit it with like a tan. But yeah, no, eventually that person like I think they left or they had to take a temporary leave and the person that was left behind was uh just like a typical like I need a job. Cause that's the thing too. Like some people that work at G-Dub stores, they're like, I love Warhammers, and if I work at Warhammer stores, I get to have a job, and I get Warhammer's discounts. I imagine there's like an employee discount on top of like if you had to do like a typical kind of retail job, you could probably do worse. But then there are probably some people that like, I need a job. Oh, cool. The Warhammer store opened up. What do they sell? Plastic figures. Okay. So like this guy who kind of replaced them was fine, but he knew nothing really. Like it was awkward when I had to explain to the store guy what green stuff is. Like that's a weird conversation to explain to someone at a G-Dub store. Meanwhile, though, I would love to go to Bugman's one of these days. Like the one like the big one in the UK where like all the people play and it's like it's like a pub at the same time and it's been around for fucking years and it's like that sounds swell. I would love to do that. When eventually I make my UK pilgrimage. I don't know if I'll ever go to the UK, honestly. It might be fun. It might be fun to do at least once. I've never left Burgerland. I've never been to a different country just because traveling to other countries is expensive. So I have not done that quite yet. But I really like the idea of doing it at least once. But I don't know. I do have a mom and pop store near me that runs games of a bunch of different systems. Like they don't have Malifaux anymore, but they got Moonstone, which I'm very curious about. I cannot get myself involved in another war game, but like every time I walk into that store and I see the Moonstone display, like Moonstone is kind of this like fairy tale game that I heard has like a very interesting combat system where you have like a bunch of different maneuvers and you do like a blind bluff on what you're about to do. Which that sounds like a lot of fun tactically. That sounds like a great time. And the models are gorgeous, and you don't need that many because I think it's supposed to be an incredibly small warband kind of style thing, or it's like maybe you got like 5 models on your side, 5 to 10 maybe. But it's like that's a whole other war game. That's a whole other ass war game, and I can't do that. I can't do that. But I do need just to go there more just to see like the thing that's funny about my local store is, they have a Discord, and I think that's where most of their games get scheduled. Now, if I would like to get in there, I would need to make another Discord account. It's like all the Discords I join are either VTuber ones, like personal ones with close friends who like already know I'm a VTuber, or like ones where being a VTuber is not a big deal. Like I joined the Turnip 28 Discord recently. That place has been lovely. Getting to see everybody's little funky little turnip lads and whatnot. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. But I cannot go into my store's Discord and be like, it's me, Hal. Hi. Not that I think anyone in that store would recognize me or anything, but it's just like I gotta keep that separate. I gotta keep that separate. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can play every game I ever want there peacefully. Everybody blissfully unaware that I'm a VTuber and I paint my models on stream. And if anyone ever find out, they'll just kind of be like, dude, they're like, shh, it's secret. That's a secret. Just playing. I'm just being a guy. I'm just being a guy. Just let me be a little guy, just doing a little model playing. We'll see how that goes though. I have many aspirations to do that, and I did not do that. My weekends I basically don't do a whole lot of traveling and going places and stuff like that. Which I fucked up though because I forgot this weekend is the release of the end of Evangelion in certain U.S. theaters, and unfortunately by the time like this week is the last week where they're showing it. and all of the dates where the end of Ava would show would be like right when when I'm streaming. I'm like, man, I should have went this weekend, but I forgot. I totally forgot. I set aside like a little reminder for myself, and I forgot a lot of my life is setting reminders for reminders for reminders for reminders, just chaining reminders into myself forever. But that's how I totally forgot. Which I mean, I've seen the end of Evangelion. I've basically seen like most of just like the official typical stuff, the show, the movies, End of Ava as well, which I think is I don't know how separate people count that these days, but it's like, all the typical stuff. Is this the one that no, this is the okay, some of these I need to figure out what's going on with the feet. I need to be like, okay, is this like a metal top with a fabric wrapping around it, or is this metal all the way around? That's fine though. Look at him though. He's becoming a real boy. He's got little feets, and I can at least get like the fleshy leg bit before I gotta do the fur. And then eventually I can just kind of like slip. I think some of these were kind of built weird too, where like the arms are not as easy to slide in as I would like. I say that, and this one slides in perfectly, so what the fuck do I know, apparently. There we go. Yeah, eventually that's how it's gonna be. I guess this is kind of fun too, because like at the very end of the stream, if I'm not super done with them, I can just like slot those in like that and be like, yeah, it's progress. Oh god, they're so pointy. Oh god. It's been like the Death Jack kind of gave me awakening of like, oh, I haven't been stabbed proper by a chaos model in a hot fucking minute. I have not been stabbed by a chaos model in like many a year. Not that Death Jack is a chaos model, mind you, but he shares like chaos model properties. For context, for people who have not seen the Death Jack, it's not done, but it's done. If I wanted to say it was done, I don't think anyone would fight me for it. But I think there's a little bit of extra jazz with some glow and like probably like a little dry brush touch up of the base, because the base used to be more gray for the crushed tombstones, and I think that just kind of got lost entirely with the oil wash. Hey, look at him, handsome fellow. But yeah, he is mostly spikes, and he hurt to hold. And it's like, it's been a while, and then now these guys are stabbing me. It's like that's the thing. Like Nurgle stuff is spiky a little bit, but not as much as some other chaos. You get a lot of round Nurgle nonsense. You can get a lot of round Nurgle nonsense. Also, is this getting too thin? There's like a couple spots I might be making this a wee bit too thin. That's fine though. I'm gonna be probably like washing over and oh yeah. This is also I guess if I just like paint the bottom of the foot like this. The funny thing is, if I really didn't want to matter too much with the quality of the foot wrapping stuff, I could actually just straight up use like dirt effects. Sometimes I'll do that where it's like if I put the model on the base and I'm like, oh, I fucked up the foot. I'll just put like a little bit of dirt to cover the foot. Like, oh god, I just realized I've been doing the mini equivalent of Rob Liefeld. A lot of times Rob Liefeld would be like, I don't want to draw a foot. So he would like put it behind a very conveniently placed foot-sized like fog cloud or whatever, or like behind a rock. Technically doing a version of that, which is a little like, oh boy, I get it. I get it now, Rob Liefeld. I sympathize with you. I sympathize with Liefeld. I don't think he's still. I don't know if he does that anymore. I know he's still occasionally from time to time does comics. I don't know if it's his like full time job anymore. I don't know what else he would do though, other than comics, unless he just wanted to like sign old copies of X-Men for money. Which I guess there's like some celebs do that. Like the whole like you were a big name, now you don't really have the opportunity to act anymore. But your skill set is so warped by acting that you don't really exactly know what to do. But you just do like the con circuit, you do like little con talks and stuff like that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, mind you. Legitimately, that kind of sounds like that. Like that'd be interesting to see if I mean, there are VTubers that do a lot of con panels, but I don't think there's any that like rely on convention tour spots to be like, ah, yes, This is how I make my bank. Usually if a VTuber is at a con, it's like they are using the con to kind of like for having fun with it. Like they like to do like a little panel they're kind of into. Like what's it called? There was there was I'm blanking on the name. KK, there we go. KK did like a Denpa panel at a convention. And then to the convention, she just kind of like went over it too. She kind of just like redid it for her own stream. But like it's like, oh, that'd be cool to do like I don't know, a miniature painting VTuber panel at like some convention. I think Offkai though, I think you could just actually go to Offkai and just be like, I would like to do a panel digitally. I could, maybe that might be fun. I feel like I probably missed the mark for this year. Maybe that's a thing I should look into for like a different time. I think it'd be fun though. I get some people ask me like about like technical stuff, like what gear I use and whatnot. I need to re-upload that. I had a video of the previous like my previous what's it called. I had a channel where I had a video of like what my setup was like, and my setup hasn't really changed a lot since then. So I need to just put that back up. I think it was prior to my new model though, so that might be a little weird. Hello, Clay. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting some rats. I'm unironically painting rats right now. Mostly just kinda getting some, like just getting some, like, base coats in there, so some of the little paint bits are a little sloppy, but it's getting the base shades, kinda not shades, like, just, like, the base coats getting in there. How you doing, though? How you doing? I've had myself a good day. I'm explaining why at one point I had a tutorial on, like, "What do you use to stream painting, Hal?" And then I think what I tried to do I think what I tried to do is I exploded it, when I was trying to delete it unrelated YouTube account, and it just tanked that entire channel. Because I think otherwise I was just gonna repurpose that one. Hello, Charlie, how you doing? Yeah, it kind of is like Splinter, actually. You're not wrong there. You are totally not wrong. How you doing as well, though? Look at me, I'm painting some Skaven. I was very happy by the news that Skaven got announced. So I was like, yeah, I'll get some Skaven done tonight. That'll be fun. That will be fun. But where was I going with that? Oh yeah, talking about like that video. So it's like, like I need to see if I still have the raw for that. Hopefully it's not lost to the mist of time. If I ever needed to redo a video that like that, that wouldn't be too. Oh, he's got like an armored foot cleft thing with just like a tiny bit. That's so weird. None of the other Skaven really have that, where it's like he's got like a gigantic boot made of like metal, ostensibly. Weird. Okay. But it's like, yeah, I would like to eventually kind of like if I cannot recover that video, I would like to maybe remake it, especially because I think I had like a little bit of other scuff. Oh, that'd be fun too. Oh god, yeah, that video would not only have my old model, it would have my old PC in it. When my new PC is at the very least, besides it just being like a strict upgrade, and actually 99% strict upgrade when that PC died. I no longer have a disk drive, and as somebody who's been around, um, with like familiar with computers since the '90s, I was like, "What am I gonna do without a disk drive? What if I need to like read a CD for like a game or like a movie or something like that?" And 99% of the time, that's not an issue. Like that's really less of an issue than I thought it would be. I thought that would be a bigger deal, and it wasn't. Totally was not, like, not even the slightest. Like, I would maybe like to get a Blu-ray drive just so I could, like I had a period where I would buy a lot of anime on Blu-ray. I guess technically, if I wanted to get a version that I could play on my computer, I could. This guy's got metal tail caps, that's fine. I'll go back and metal that tail later. But like, yeah, I was like, it'd be cool to actually like watch those. And like, I have a PS4 as a Blu-ray player. I do. But it's currently in my living room with a TV I never use anymore. Once I became a VTuber, I basically never used my living room because that was like, this is where I got the TV and the PlayStation, and get home after work. Um, Unironically, this is my routine for a while. I would get home from work, I would, like, cook dinner or, like, if I had leftovers, reheat dinner. I would open the YouTube app on my PlayStation, and I would watch Hololive clips. That's not a joke, I did that for a while. But, will I make your own card? Oh, yeah, the Shiley card thing. I don't think that's really a matter of me making my own card so much it's like whoever she dictates is gonna be in that card game. And I would love to be in the card game, honestly. I think that would be fun. And I put like she was like, "Hey, if you want to be in this card game, you should put your name in this Twitter post." And like it's fun to shoot your shot. Realistically, I'm not gonna get in because I think there's limited slots, and I think there's other VTubers that like shyly knows better that's way more eager about that. I'm curious how it's gonna develop. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. Also, I'll probably just watch that project from a distance and see how it goes. I do not think I will be getting my own card anytime soon. I could be wrong. Very unlikely though. But yeah, I actually just get nostalgic for like the I have mostly moved over to an entirely indie VTuber kind of like ecosystem now. Because like that's the ecosystem I operate in, and also a lot of like friends and peers and people who I think are cool are doing that. But like every now and then I do re-peek in at like what Hololive is up to. And seeing a lot of people post stuff for HoloFest, like the big concert that kind of happened these last couple of days, I was like, that's really, really cool. God, if I ever was in a card game, I would need to be like a aristocrats person. Like I would need to have a card where it's like sacrifice a rat, draw something, or maybe not quite that blatant of a power thing, but like a roach. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, I never really watched any of the. Also, man, my tracking's really. Oh, hold on, let me try this. Okay, let me scoot you back a bit. Okay, I was just way too close. Okay, I've been wonky this whole entire stream. That's XX. I love to see that. Um, I used to watch Niji Sanji, but only the Japanese branch. Like by the time the EN branch came out, I was kind of like not really in that sphere. I watched Suzuhara Lulu. She is since retired. I watched Gibata. She has since retired. And I watched Anjay Katarina, who is still trucking. God bless her and her like weird perverted heart that she's still trucking. I checked, but yeah, the Ian branch doesn't really do much for me. But like there is like it's fun like seeing little clips of like, hey, Corone on stage did a sick backflip. And it's like seeing people draw art of that. It's like I kind of miss that sometimes. It's a little nostalgic. It's a scene that I am no longer in, but I used to be in. It's like I was originally around during the very, very first VTuber wave of like the Four Heavenly Kings and Kizuna Eye and whatnot. And I enjoyed them quite a bit. But Hololive was definitely like my resurgence back into VTubing. Specifically, it was like Pekora that like legitimately I saw a clip of Pekora like fucking something up in Minecraft and she went, "Oh no, Jesus." And I thought that was the funniest shit ever. And I still do. It's still a funny clip. Um and I was like, "Oh shit, VTuber like I also think that was my first interaction of like what was a live 2D VTuber because like a lot of the Heavenly Kings era was all 3D. Like you had to have like a full tech suite to be a movable VTuber person back then. And I was like, "Oh, that's very cool." And then I found out about the 2D like kind of VTubing stuff. I was like, "Ooh," which is funny because when I looked back in my files, just browsing through my download folders and stuff like that, I apparently had a picture of Fubuki in there, and I was not aware she was a VTuber. I just saw like, huh, that's like a neat anime thing. I don't recognize that style, but it's like, no, that was a VTuber. I just had Fubuki being sad, and then a picture of corn, like just like a little PNG of corn levitating in front of her face, and she was happy. And it's like, oh, that was a whole VTubing thing. Nice. All right. Rat inventory. Let's take a look at the rat inventory. What do we got? What do we got in the rats? We got rats. They're coming. They're coming. I mean, we got 5 body. I still gotta get. I think probably what I'm gonna do now is just go back to the metals and try to get the faces a little bit more. God, shaking camera. It's like I was like, I'm gonna go back to the front once they've dried, especially now that I've glued it in. I can kind of go back and do some shit. But but like even then though, like I think I was always a filthy clip watcher when it comes to Hololive stuff. And because and I never by the time the EN scene came out for like Hololive, I was just watching indie VTubers, so I just never really did that. Yeah, oh yeah, I saw that like there's like a thing in Japanese stocks apparently where it's like you can only lose like a certain percentage in one day, and Nichi Sanji hit that. They basically said that like maybe firing Selen was a bad idea, even though previously it was like, her leaving will be negligible. I think the thing that's really gonna fuck up the Niji Sanji EN branch is not specific to it's not specific to, like, money, like, just being like, "Money go down," yes. It's just gonna be incredibly hard for them to get new quality talent because, like, I mean, after hearing that, like, somebody gets mistreated to the point where they get sent, to the hospital for self-harm, like, at that point when that's just kind of common knowledge now in the industry, the kind of person that would now join your company is going to either be desperate or so like desperate, like fanatically starstruck, which for them would be positive, or oh yeah, no, I just mean in general. It's like knowing that it happened one time is too many times. Um, but like, what's it called? Like, it's either they're ignoring that they're desperate or they're clueless. And that won't necessarily lead to a good talent pool because a lot of people that would have applied that would have potentially been good future members just aren't. And that's just going to deprive them of a lot of stuff that would be very, very good. So yeah, it'll it'll be weird to see where that goes. Maybe at some point they'll get like a new cool manager and totally redo everything, and then everyone will be yeah. But like maybe at some point they'll turn around. It's funny because like in that interview they were like, "Ah, yes." What are the like the because like it was like it's one of those things where like the shareholders are like, "Hey, we're Japanese businessmen that own stock in any color. Why is all this happening? What are you going to do to fix this?" Whole Life just opened up an EN branch, like a physical branch in California, I believe. Like, what are you guys going to do? And they're like, we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank God. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm painting rats for a change. Wow, wow. Look at me, the rat painter painting rats on stream. Or talk about like Niji Sanju Trash Fire, usual nonsense. Oh there, how you doing? Yeah, you do got a new name. What prompted the name change? And garlic toast. Ooh, God, I every time you talk about food, I'm immensely jealous. It always sounds delicious, and it sounds like not super elaborate, but like enough is going on where it's like that's either a home cooked meal or like a decent restaurant, and it make me hungry. I'm doing good though. Today was one of those like I have been neglecting real people errands, so I need to do like laundry and other real people errand stuff. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Your bus is collarbone. Ooh, God. Yeah, I mean, I get a little bit of resistance to go to a hospital sometimes because that shit expensive. That shit do be expensive, and if you're like, I can tough it out, but yeah, no, if your collarbone's busted, you gotta go. It's gonna suck financially, but like you can't not do that. Like the way, oh, same, yeah. I believe like cooking at home is definitely better, and I primarily subsist off of home cooking these days. So I am a very utilitarian home cooker. Like I'm very much so like I do a big meal prep stir fry kind of dealio to last me for a couple of days. That ways I can maximize my time doing like VTubing things and whatnot. I used to be a more adventurous cook, and like I can cook just fine, but I'm definitely like I think I'm like one of those people that if I God, yeah, no, my rice cooker, that motherfucker works constantly. I kind of almost I use my rice cooker enough. I want to get there's like these like really fancy Japanese ones that have like really cool like bells and whistles that I've never super looked into, but I hear they're fucking divine. Yeah, I was like prior to VTubing, I was cooking like squidding pasta and shit, and then now I'm just like stir fry, 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 instant overnight oats, because it keeps the painting engine online, and that's all that matters. Like I love food. Oh, if he gets full coverage, he should fucking go then. Like, come on, if you got listen, I can understand if it was a financial thing. If you get a full like financial ride there, fucking do that shit. Um, um, what's it called? But it's like there's people that like love to eat, and like I do like to eat, and I like good food. But I'm of the subset of people that like if I had a magical pill that I could eat and it would give me like a full day's worth of healthy nutrition, but I was not allowed to eat regular food during that day specifically, I would eat that pill most days. Like every now and then, I'd be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make something fun. Ooh, I'm gonna go to a restaurant, maybe. Ooh." Like every now and then, yes, but the vast majority of the time, I would be like, give me that goddamn food pill." And which I've not done any of the meal replacement stuff because like a lot of those like Soylent and those like other equivalent like all in one drinks are usually like shitty. They're just not very well nutritionally balanced and they get weird and they don't taste good. If any of those were like real, like not saying that Soylent isn't real. I'm saying that like if any of those were actually like not gonna make you a weird hungry skeleton of a person, like, yeah, I would maybe go for some of those, but otherwise oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, I love me a good barbecue, though. So that's what I'm talking about. I would love a barbecue on my own terms, um, but, like, needing to eat all the time. Take time. Should do another it's I used to it's been a while since I made a homemade rack of ribs, too. I have a crock pot. I do have a crock pot, yeah. Um, I just find doing, like, big stir-fry batches to be way more convenient than a crock pot. I have a crock pot, I have a pressure cooker, I have a rice cooker. If it is a device, I have an air fryer. If it's a device that technically makes cooking food quicker, I probably have it. And I did used to make like crock pot roasts. I don't actually remember why I stopped. I think it's because I found out that like the bachelor stir fry is just was way more efficient in terms of just like okay, it gives me a lot of vegetables. It cooks quick. It has a lot of rice. It stores for a while. Like it's a good it's the certified bachelor stir fry is a very useful meal in terms of nutrition. If that makes any sense. That's got like a little nail on his face. I'm gonna go back into the face for the all these guys got chainmail. And I think I'll go back with like a silvery color later. It's on there. Maybe just for 1 week though. I should like bust out my crock pot again and make me some stew or whatever. Oh, Kogase, how you doing? How you doing? Oh no, you've gone over. Oh, you're over anyway. How you doing, Kogase? How you doing? I'm painting rats and talking about like I should use my crock pot more because I've stopped doing that. It'd be like it's okay. You have moved beyond 69 and you are now moving ever closer to the advanced funny number of 420. Someday you will get that 420 and then you will show everybody your true power. But yeah, no, I was talking about how I subsist off of bachelor stir fry most of the time. And I was reminded that crock pots and instant pots exist, and that I do have both of them. I actually might have chucked my crock pot though, because I think the instant pot basically replaces it in terms of functionality. More or less, yeah. So let me get it. Let me get that hydrate and such. Thank you. Yeah, we're not real. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. I could just like meal prep for a fucking like 6 months in advance. That might be nice, actually. That might be nice. I'll have to look at like I'm talking about the idea of min maxing my free time sounds especially spicy. How much time I got left? Got like a little bit of time. How about I go? Let's see. Let's go ahead and what if I do? What do I do in terms of spears? My spears are all over the place. It's also just like one shield. What is the shield guy in this list? Everybody else is dual wielding spears. Who? What is the? Oh, I know. Maybe. Also, check it out. I got a drum that just has like a skinned dude on it. Everybody's got to have the dude drum. Everybody's got to have the dude drum. I like Icarus. Nice name, by the way. Hello, hello, hello. If you do not know me, I am Habernut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And I am putting together some base coating on some Stormvermin that I've been kicking around, trying to figure out what I want to do for them. I can actually here we go. Let's go. Let's get the arms out because I think I'm just gonna make these guys the basic spear boys. Do I have another set of basic spear boy arms? Here's one, and maybe I don't have another set of basic, like the dual-handed spear boy arms. I gotta really like, yeah, I gotta do a lot of base coat layering. Bag of heat and serve mini taters, frozen peppers. Yeah, that sounds pretty good too. What I do, like I said, I do a big stir fry. I cook a bunch of chicken, mix in some mushrooms, mix in some vegetables. I add some. I've been switching from the teriyaki sauce to like buffalo sauce because it's got more salt, but it's got less calories. So like that's probably a good trade off. And I put that in little mini bags, not little bags. I put that in little mini Ziploc thingies. Also, Squiggles, thank you for the follow and welcome to the workshop. For everyone new coming in, I am Halbernut the Mimic Elf. I'm a miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle game variety. You also Suriga. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, let's go. Yeah, at least once a month I play more or less the entire Mouth album collection on stream as background music. Uh it's good. It's nice. It's not copyrighted. I have not gotten copyright bogged for Neil Ciceriga just yet. So I think I'm safe. But yeah. I do. For people that's not seen some of my minis things, here's some minis I worked on recently-ish. Yeah, you got my Death Guard boys. We got some stuff from an artist named Blue Art on my mini factory. And then, I see what you fucking did there. And here's some Middle Earth strategy battle game models. I've been really, really liking the idea of playing the Middle Earth war game, and I'm trying to sell it to my local Magic group. And I want to do that by getting some models painted for them. Is this a different arm that I was painting like literally a second ago? Yes, it was. That's fine. But yeah, I do mini painting every Wednesday and every Sunday. So if you like mini painting peoples, I am one of those. I do a whole mini painting on the regs. But yeah, today actually the funny thing is I don't get a lot of DMs. I don't get a lot of copyright audio stuff because now I have a separate audio channel for my streams that whenever VODs are done on YouTube or Twitch, they don't get any of the music I'm listening to. They just see the bottom corner just as an indication of like, oh yes, how was listening to that music when he was streaming? But otherwise they do not get shit, which is nice. But yeah, I am applying base coats to my storm vermin and god, still got a lot of those. So I mean, I'm making like pretty decent progress. Like I said, these are the lads. These were not really painted very much prior to this. They're still not really, but they're enough that like they didn't have the heads glued on, and there's at least like a couple of extra colors. I could go in and maybe paint their teeth just for funs. I don't know. I feel like I'd be better if I get like the arms. I wonder if it's better for me to paint skinned and then do the arms. These are for I run them in Age of Sigmar. They were my first army for when I played Age of Sigmar. I have Chaos Warriors for my Warhammer Fantasy slash the Old World slash Rank and Flank Extravaganza thing. I don't feel like working on armor plates anymore. Fuck that. Let's just because I will have to be wrapping up soon. How about I just kind of go in and get some. Let's just get some metal coats done. Let's just get some like bulk tasks. That would be like a nice. But yeah, no, these are for a Age of Sigmar army. So they're gonna be eventually put on round bases, specifically these. And I have a grand total of 20 of them, which is why sometimes I'm kind of being a little kind of quicker. Yeah, exactly. They're good. Gonna beat those damn turtles. I don't know if there's I'm sure somebody out there has made like totally not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. Like there's usually most IPs have somebody making minis, especially because like that kind of concept is like not super uncommon for like D&D stuff where people kind of like those would be fun NPCs to have like mutated uh sewer creatures, something like that. I think that's a smart choice, honestly. I am pretty committed just to I actually don't play that much these days, which is funny, but I still like the idea of painting armies. But kill team, like doing kill team teams, I think is legitimately a good choice. It's definitely cheaper. It lets you experience a lot of different armies in the game, and also, um, like there's the since you're mostly painting squads of dudes, it's not as time intensive as like painting 20 soldiers that are just going to be in a block. I would like to. I don't have any of the bespoke kill teams at the moment. I think some of them are really cool though. I have enough stuff with my Death Guard where if I just wanted to make a bunch of if I want to make the Plague Marine kill team, I could do so. Got in a game to try out Dark Elves and made around Christmas. Yo, fuck yeah, nice. Hell yeah. How did it go? How did the game go? It has been. I'm gonna be honest. It has been. No, not entirely. I've ran a couple of one-page rules games for my friends. In my local, they're my EDH crew, but I've been trying to get them a little bit more invested in wargaming. You know. Oh, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. T- quote unquote turtle warriors. Um, Did I make any adjustment? Oh no, people ask away, ask away. That's totally fine. So my current setup is in terms of stuff, I have a iPhone directly ahead of me, which is doing like all of this, and I have a DSLR camera straight up. It is a Panasonic Lumix because it has clean audio, it has clean visual output stuff. And other than that, the model has not been specifically tweaked. So like sometimes when I lean down, it gets a little funky. I have the camera kind of push back to kind of help with that a little bit. It's not perfect set. It's not a perfect setup, but it's enough that I think it's good for what I want to do. Oh God, that sounds just a got addition of third assassinated leader. Hey, I mean that sounds like a very dark Eldar victory of like we all died, but we still killed who we needed to. Yeah, I have two digital cameras. I have a Canon Rebel M50, something like that. Which initially I was told was like, this is a great streaming camera. What they don't tell you is there's two marks. There's a Rebel Mark 1, which can stream to video, but it has terrible, like, it has like a box around it and bitches every 10 seconds. So that is just my digital camera, like when I take photos. Like, if you see, or like videos, like if you see, this is a dreadnought that I worked on. This is taken with that camera. Um, so that is just a camera that has now been dedicated entirely to the art of filming minis being painted, taking pictures and doing rotators of painted minis. I didn't got myself a Panasonic Lumix because I'm gonna be honest, there's not a lot of advice for higher tier mini painting stuff. Um, there's not a lot of advice for that. So like people are like, what do you use for a setup? You should use a webcam. I'm like, fuck off, I know that. And like the only video at the time when I was getting my setup stuff done was like Miniacs. And he's like, my setup is stupid expensive. And I'm like, fuck me, I guess. So I financed the camera and it did help quite a bit. I don't think it's entirely perfect. I would like to get a better lens, but otherwise I'm pretty happy. Hey, I typically paint in like a grim darky style. If you'd like to see that, I do got Instagram. There we go. Ridiculous. Digital cameras, I will admit, as a layman, all my camera settings are done by listening to other people and fiddling with knobs. I know so little about how actual digital cameras are supposed to do shit. Like my filming style. I have a style. I do things very, very dark on purpose just because like it kind of adds to the atmosphere. Sometimes to the point where you can barely see the model, which is a little bit troubling considering I want you to look at the models I painted, but still. If somebody came to my house with a camera and beat my fucking setup with a club, I would have to basically like twist a bunch of knobs and dials and hope to God I can re-get my fit my camera style. It's a it's a great camera for taking pictures. It just was specifically not the one I needed for mini painting. Which is tragic because literally it was sold to me as like, this is it. This is, you want to get some high quality streaming video, get one of these. It can do 4K, and it can, but yeah, it bitches at you constantly. And the autofocus, the way I do autofocus is I have it like maybe about 2 feet from where I'm at right now, and I hit a little button to autofocus it, and it seems to work. I think if I got a better lens, I would pull the camera even farther away, which would kind of lower the depth of field, or it would fuck with the depth of field in a way that would be more conducive to mini painting. But like, this is like 95% of the way that I want to do my setup. So like, I'm okay with leaving it here for now. If someday I become like big partner, big cash money VTuber, and I can funnel some of that money into a better lens, maybe. But for right now, this is more than fine. Otherwise, yeah, the Canon camera was good. The Panasonic Lumix has been good. Digital cameras as a thing are scary and indecipherable. The thing that fucks with me with digital cameras is I know that it's effectively an art field. It's gonna sound really pretentious, but hear me out. Like when it's like asking somebody online, how do you get good at drawing? You're gonna get a lot of different answers and a lot of different preferences and a lot of different, like, some of the you'll get advice, some of it will conflict, some of it won't, and that's just kind of how it is. The problem with that is that because like digital cameras are both, like I said, hold on, I dropped another thing. There we go. Like photography is an art, so you're going to get different answers, but also it's very technical. So sometimes somebody like me is going to be like, what would be a good setup for this to do a thing I want to do? And I understand I will season to taste later. I need to learn how to make a sandwich. Like, I need this, how to make sandwich equivalent for a digital camera. And then that's where you get where like the personal preferences and the conflicting advice and people getting just stuff wrong, or like, is this lens good? Yeah, I love this lens. It's one of my favorites. It's a recommended one for beginners. Go to another channel focus on beginners. This lens is shit. If you buy this lens, you're a dumb idiot moron and you wasted $600. Because that's the thing though. If you fuck up in digital camera realm, you have spent up to you like at minimum $500, and that shit fucking sucks. Like when I initially got my first camera, the Canon, with my COVID fun bucks. Now I figured, like, I got COVID fun bucks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford a digital camera like this ever again. Amazon financing help paid for this Panasonic Lumix, but finding out that everybody was like, yeah, no, this is a great camera for streaming. And then also finding out that no one mentioned that there's 2 versions of the same camera that have the same name. And sometimes, unless you know explicitly to look for one that's the Mark II, they will never mention that. And it's like, Is that a place of malice? Probably not. They might just have bought the camera and had no idea that there was a Mark One, or like nobody is going to buy a Mark One uh, in 2021. Uh, I except for me because I didn't know better. This is just me ranting about camera tutorials online. That's just kind of the landscape I navigate in, and I eventually got a setup that works for me. So like, hey, it worked out. It worked out in the end. I can't complain too much. Get this. I get this last little bit of like a metal base coat on this fucking arm. And then we will, and then unfortunately it is getting late, so I'm probably going to wrap up for the night. All right, there we go. All right, let me rinse that out. All right, everybody in YouTube land, I will see you later. When I say that, I got a YouTube side too. So in YouTube stream, there we go. Let me end that.